Cause it's true, na, na, na. Everything they say about me, I'll suck you, na, 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 to my center of gravity. Cause it's true, na, na, na. Everything they say about me, I'll love you like a supernova, burn into you like a shooting star. If you give me your whole life, I would still have room for more. Cause I've got that appetite. Baby, I never feel whole. You might get me through the night, but it will never be enough. It will never be enough. Cause I'm a black girl for your love. Never be enough. Cause I'm a black girl for your love.
Oh no, that is what they all say when they see me pouring some more. Oh, then it's empty again. Better fill it up before I go. Cause I'm loving it, feeling it, catch me and being it. See what I see in it, I'm typical. Messing around with it, mix it up, go with it, fuck with it, flow with it, let it all go. Oh Lord, think you know what I'm like, but you don't fall, you lose control. Bittersweet melody when I dance on your floor. Cause I know what you don't, it is me you adore. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They never seen you out of your bed. Cut to the bone, it's broken up, babe. How sad. Oh boy, got so hot I forgot what I should have thought of before. Sure ain't easy for you to let go of the rules, cause that's so much fun. Are you loving the feeling it? Touch me, are you in it? Don't say what you're saying, but typical. Messing around with it, mix it up, go with it, fuck with it, flow with it, please let it go. Oh no, then I did it again. I said a few things that I shouldn't have done. Well, bittersweet melody when I dance on your floor. Cause I know what you don't, it is me you adore. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They never seen you out of your bed. Cut to the bone, it's broken up, babe. How sad. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They never seen you out of your bed. Cut to the bone, it's broken up, babe. Now come alive with me and quit the jealousy. I know you're bored, I know it's boring me. Now come alive, baby, get out the grave with me. I know you're bored. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They never seen you out of your bed. Cut to the bone, it's broken up, babe. How sad. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They never seen you out of your bed. Cut to the bone, it's broken up, babe. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They never seen you out of your bed. Cut to the bone, it's broken up, babe. How sad.
Break my bones, break all the promises, but leave me alone. don't break my heart.
When I'm up through the night, I can't turn down the noise. Tear all the worries out of my mind about who I'm supposed to be. I start to believe I can't get it right. Remember the days I let slip away. They were simpler times. Mama told me before you leave, if there's only one thing you remember from me, child, when you're out on your own, a million miles from home, feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders. Child, don't forget who you are. Don't lose your head or your heart. I'll bet my life on your stars. You'll be dancing, dancing. Ooh, I'll bet my life you'll be dancing on the moon. I'll bet my life you'll be dancing on the moon. I'll bet my life you'll be dancing on the moon. Dancing on the moon. Dancing on the moon. Maybe my compass was wrong, and I'm still on my way closer each day to where I belong. I'm still rolling the dice, praying sometimes don't last it long. I'm losing my faith, I'm walking away from what you knew all along. Mama told me before you leave, if there's only one thing you remember from me, child, when you're out on your own, a million miles from home, feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders. Child, don't forget who you are. Don't lose your head or your heart. I'll bet my life on your stars. You'll be dancing, dancing on the moon. I'll bet my life you'll be dancing on the moon. I'll bet my life you'll be dancing on the moon. I'll bet my life you'll be dancing on the moon. Dancing on the moon. Child, when you're out on your own, a million miles from home, feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders. Child, don't forget who you are. Don't lose your head or your heart. I'll bet my life on your stars. You'll be dancing, dancing on the moon.
Somehow I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon. And I end up alone, I'm not certain. Yeah, the girls impolite in the club every night. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect. Hollywood perfect. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect. Perfect. Ain't got no place to call my own. Feels like I'm better off alone. So sad inside and hopeless. These Hollywood hoes never notice. Can't get back on. You're gone, girl, I miss you. Can't get back on. You're gone, girl, I I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon. And I end up alone, I'm not certain. Yeah, the girls impolite in the club every night. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect. Hollywood perfect. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect. Somehow I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon. How'd I end up alone? I'm not certain. Yeah, the girls impolite in the club every night. Somehow I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon. How'd I end up alone? I'm not certain. Yeah, the girls impolite in the club every night. That's how it goes when you're Hollywood perfect. Yeah, I'm on my way home. I'm no good for you, so I drive around Manhattan. They're all laughing, oh, I'm tragic. Yeah, I'm driving in my car and seeing open, but I can't go down that road again. I smoke a cigarette, but will that help me forget you? Will that help me forget you? I just need to forget you. Oh, you. I need to treat you better than that and make you feel like I did in the past. Oh, I will treat you better than that. I don't need to forget you. I need to treat you better than that and make you feel like I did in the past. Oh, I will treat you better than that. I don't need to forget you. Nothing to say 'cause you're scared of all my answers. I can't handle this, I'd just rather forget you. Will that help me forget you? I just need to forget you. Oh, you. I need to treat you better than that and make you feel like I did in the past. Oh, I will treat you better than that. I don't need to forget you. I need to treat you better than that and make you feel like I did in the past. Oh, I will treat you better than that. I don't need to forget you. I don't need to forget you. I don't need to forget you.
There's something that won't let me forget the way that you move. You tattooed me with your lips. Wore you like perfume. We were like no other, two hearts on the edge, but we went from lovers to just being friends. Played me like a song stuck in your head, but you still get my blood rushing. Dance with me, baby, you take away the pain. Dance with me, baby, you can lead the way. Dance with me, baby,
this. Past 3 a.m. I know that we're toxic, but I like the thrill. I'd be 6 feet under. It looks good, kill. Let's go back to where it all began and get too close as fast as we can. Dance with me, baby, you take away the pain. Dance with me, baby, you can lead the way. Dance with me, baby, a cure for the heartbreak. Dance with me and let the soul the record play. Let it play, baby. Let it play, baby. Dance with me and let the soul the record play. I know this gets so complicated. You lose your mind just to change it, and tomorrow you'll regret it. But until the morning, dance with me, baby, you take away the pain. Dance with me, baby, you can lead the way. Dance with me, baby, a cure for the heartbreak. Dance with me and let the soul the record play. Let it play, baby. Let it play, baby. Dance with me and let the soul the record play.
Without you here, can't sleep, can't breathe. I need you here, right next to me. Thoughts in my head, racing. We can't go on like this anymore. I'm done with the games we're playing. I'm over it. Yeah, I gotta let you go. Oh, yeah, I gotta let you go. Oh, yeah, I gotta let you go. Yeah, I gotta let you go. Shawty, summer fine, summer fine. I saw you right up in the summertime, summertime. I tried to make you mine, it wouldn't work. Put in work, I had to push you first. I lost my mind, went berserk. I feel like Uzi Vert, Vivian Westwood chain hanging right around my neck. Balenciaga kicks 44 when I step. Summer fine, summer fine. I saw you right up in the summertime, summertime. But now I stay inside all the time, wasting away, waiting for you to call one more time. Without you here, can't sleep, can't breathe. I need you here, right next to me. Thoughts in my head, racing. We can't go on like this anymore. I'm done with the games we're playing. I'm over it. So I had to let you go. Oh. Yeah, I gotta let you go. Yeah, I gotta let you go. Hey, yeah, I gotta let you go. Yeah, I gotta let you go. Wait, yeah, I gotta let you go.
Hey survivors, it is Dadventurer here for an exciting influencer tournament called Alpine Discovery, and you're here with us. We're playing the new map Alpine. I'm so excited right now. I can't even think right now. I'm here with my friend Delsol G to broadcast this amazing influencer tournament here tonight. Some of the greatest influencers in all of North America bringing their teams to Alpine for a showdown of epic proportions. I can't wait. Delsol, say hello to the survivors and let us know what you think about this map.
Free Fire fans, what's up? Delsol G here, and Dadventure, I am nothing but pumped up. I just want to see these influencers discover this place, and from what I hear, it is a big open map with a lot of structures. So let's see what they have over here, Dadventure.
Yeah, as we get into this map, this tournament's going to be 6 rounds of great gameplay. I've seen the list of teams. Guys, some of the best players I've ever seen play this game in all of North America are going to be playing as influencers and with influencers tonight, and it's going to be one of the things you're going to want to see because you're going to want to learn how to approach this Alpine map. How should you play it? How should you tackle a brand new map of the game? Maybe where should you snipe from? Where should you camp from for those of you who are campers? And so during this tournament, there's going to be 6 rounds. And maybe you could tell us a little bit about Delsol, about the rules breakdown. How are we going to do the points tally for this tournament as we go into day 1 and then tomorrow into day 2?
So real quick, we're going to go here on the points over here. So we have about 18 teams playing here today. And as always, first position gets 12 points with 1 point per kill. Second place gets 9 points with 1 per kill, and so on according to this list. So who is going to get that coveted first place? We'll check it out. Throughout all these games, we are going to accumulate all these scores, and we're going to get a grand total to crown the champion of the Alpine Discovery Tournament.
I can't think of anything better than being the brand new champion of a new map in Free Fire here in North America, Alpine. I can't wait. And really, Delsol, this score system, it helps you if you are a team that's going to go out and you're going to look to get those eliminations, because you get those kills, you're going to tally up points. But for some of our more conservative teams, they're going to play the score. They're going to try to get those higher place finishes, maybe get some of those epic booyahs and lead themselves into the next day. And really, I think you want to be a top 3, top 6 team moving into the next day so that you can position yourself well for the finals. And really, this could be a great championship opportunity. Some of these teams, Delsol, you know, and I know, we saw them playing in other tournaments here in North America, and most recently in the Free Fire Pro Series, which there are some names in this list that represented well across all of North America, and we're going to see more of that gameplay today. What do you think about some of those influencers who are going to be playing here on these teams tonight?
Dadventurer, I just gotta say that we have a variety of influencers today, and we have influencers who will be rushing, who will be aggressive. We have influencers who are gonna be skillful, who will be playing the field, camping, going on all their structures, and we got people who are shooting long range, we got people who are shooting close range. Dadventurer, I can't just begin to explain how much we're gonna see today. It is a variety tournament, but you know what? Like you mentioned earlier, are they gonna play the points? Are they gonna get kills? No matter what, Dadventurer, it's going to be intense, it's going to be fun, it's going to be fast-paced action, and I'm excited to see it. What do you think?
Yeah, look, as I look at this list here of these 18 teams, there's some names that stand out to me. Tokyo and Esports. I mean, we saw them playing into the finals of that last tournament for $50,000. You got to watch out for them. La Bahia, they did extremely well in the Pro Series. These are some squads that I know have learned some lessons about how to play these games at the highest level. Those are teams that I'm going to be looking out. But then I'm looking for some other sleepers, some of the influencers I know, like the Fowler's team. That team, number 13 there, I think they're going to do well. They got some epic gameplay from Keanu, from Jamrock Sasha on there. Those are some great competitors. And then I'm going to give you a sleeper. One that I think that might be a sleeper is the YouTube Gods. That team right there has got Larry the Gamer. He's one of my great friends in the game. He's an influencer, but he's got some big name players on that. He's got Smiley, he's got Shamsum. And so, guys, Delsol, I think there's going to be some great teams across the board. We don't want to sleep on Lions. We got Santita, that's Mia Lepe, and all down this list, I see teams that are only going to compete. I see some that are really going to do well to compete with each other for those top spots today.
And I believe you, Dadventurer. I got my picks as well. You know, I'm a big Mighty Duck favorite. Shout out to Mighty Ducks. So let's see how Mighty Ducks do. But I see great promise in dark horses here in this tournament. So let's see what they got, Dadventurer. And I believe we are going, to the first match? So let's see.
We're going to get in the first match and see where they're going to land. Now, each of these teams has designated landing spots. It's one of the things about this Alpine Discovery Tournament is that each team will land in a specific location on Alpine and then work to go from there. And some of them have multiple locations depending on where they can land. And so I think we're going to see a lot of teams landing in those locations. And I'm gonna bet, Delsol, I'm going to bet that some of those teams are going to instantly get into this map and try to get out of their landing zone and into an engagement and get some of those early kill points. What do you think about that strategy?
I think that is something that'll definitely happen because that's something that I would do, something that an aggressive player would do. However, when they make these landing points, take note, guys, that when they go in these separate areas, we will be given tips and hints on how to be successful in this spot. What about you, Dad?
Yeah, no, we did some interviews like with some of the influencers who were playing this, and everybody kept saying they like to drop the same spots. I feel like we're going to see some quick, hot drop, and we're going to see some movement, maybe some players taking some launchers to get to into location and get into quick engagements. I think we're going to see the aggressive teams take that strategy. They're going to land and spawn. They're going to move to player launchers. They're going to get into other locations and try to get those early kills. And then I think some of our other teams, depending on where they're landing, may play for those position points. We're going to see two different strategies. I tend to think in Free Fire, the aggressive strategy will often work out over a lot of rounds. And since we're going to have 2 days of competition here, I think we're going to see those aggressive teams leak towards the top just because there's going to be so many good opportunities to get points through eliminations, especially in third party. And this is a sniper's paradise, Alpine. And I don't snipe as much as maybe you do, Delsol, but Alpine is a sniper's paradise. I've heard nothing but good from the snipers in the game. What do you think about this map for snipers?
Well, so far, as long as I've been playing it for the past couple of days, I gotta say, it is definitely Sniper's Paradise. The watchtowers are a whole different story, Dadventure. Not only is there more levels, but the walls are higher, there are different types of openings. It's not just the same watchtowers that we saw in the other maps. They have definitely improved on watchtowers here. It is a Sniper's Paradise. And to piggyback off what you were saying earlier, it's not just gonna be one match. We're gonna have multiple matches, and each player or each team is going to be changing their strategy throughout each game. And I'm excited to see how they're going to evolve through that.
Right, and I think we're going to see some of the teams, because this is an Alpine map, there's snow on it, and you got to love the snow in Free Fire. I've been waiting for snow. Right now outside where I'm at, it's snow, so it's cold outside, and so I love the Alpine map. I love that we got snowfall in this map. It feels like home to me, and I think we're going to see some teams not only land there, but try to get positioned to get there as fast as possible to get some of those eliminations. And really, when we talk about gameplay on this map, there's really four types of different Free Fire players. There's the snipers, you got your rushers, you got your scout players, and then you've got your campers, your traditional campers. And so each team usually has one of those four kinds of players, or you'll have that support class where they'll make sure to support the rushers and the snipers in their role. And I think that this map plays into that sniper slash kind of support player better than it does the rushers, because there's just so much open space. There's so many advantageous positions. What do you think about that as a rush player? Do you think the snipers are gonna win out on the day, or do you think we're gonna see some teams who really have some great rushing players end up with some points?
I'm gonna have to agree with you. So like for the first few minutes, we're gonna see a lot of people playing the sniping field. I mean, Alpine is built on this premise. It is a large open map with so much space, but there is a lot of structures, a lot of buildings at play, a lot of places you can hide, a lot of places that are high. This is Alpine. It's exciting, and I am interested to see how these players are going to utilize all that space and all that structure to get the booyah.
Yeah, what I love about this map is developers, I think they listen to the community when making Alpine, because a lot of the other maps have that big central middle of the map location where a lot of the gameplay comes down to, but Alpine has spread out the locations, giving teams the opportunity to really work strategy instead of just circling down to the middle location towards the end of the map. It's going to be at a peak or something like that. They've really spread out the locations to give more strategy, and you've got to work together as a squad in Alpine. You can't just kind of rush and hold the middle. You've got to work. You've got to watch where the circles go, and you've got to work your way in. I think circle rotation is going to be a big strategy. As with a lot of battle royale games, you work the edge of that circle as the zone closes, and then you move in and you kind of rotate. And that circle rotation allows you to pick off teams who are lagging. And so it's going to be very important, Delsol, for some of those teams to have those scout players who are watching for third parties, because I think not only is Alpine a sniper's paradise, it's a third-party paradise. Wouldn't you agree?
I do agree. I also agree that it is a paradise for squads. It is ideal for squads due to its large size. You know, these squads will have time to get their team ready, to get all the equipment they need, to get their defense, to get their offense ready. And this gives them a lot of time to do all that with the big open space. You agree?
I agree. Yeah, no, for me, my favorite location, I'm just gonna be honest with you, I just gotta get out there. I'm excited. I love Forest Red. Forest Red is a beautiful location. I land there and I'm like, wow, this game just keeps getting better looking and better looking. I mean, Bermuda Burmaster was an amazing map, but I think Alpine right now is my favorite in the looks quality category, just because I think they did such a good job of taking what makes Free Fire great and putting it all in one map. And especially adding the snow. And for me, Forest Red's a great place for camping. I'm not the best sniper, and so that's more my gameplay. I'm gonna camp, I'm gonna wait, then I'm gonna take you out when you come close. And so I'm not more of that surprising, unaware enemies. I think Forest Red's a great location for that. Whereas some of the other locations, like maybe Snowfall, and the Snowfall's a great place to loot up and get your equipment. But I think the problem is everybody wants to land in Snowfall, typically at Alpine. And so if you're going to land Snowfall, you're going to have 4 teams with you, and you better get ready to fight when you hit the ground. You better find a gun and turn and fire, because that's the only way it's going to happen there. Luckily, in this mode, Delsol, they each have to land in certain locations, so we're not going to have that kind of engagement right out of the gate.
Well, Dad, in regards to Snowfall, I like landing in a place that's pretty near Snowfall. I like Carousel. It reminds me of the circus. It reminds me of a carnival. But also, it's also a great place for looting. You'll find all kinds of goods there. And it's a good place to have fun with your friends. And if I were to pick another place that I like going to, it is definitely Militia. This is for people that like short-range guns, like your shotguns, your UMPs. There are many places you can hide. There are many tents, many structures, many buildings. And you can surprise your enemies just by hiding out. They'll be like, oh, I just walked in a tent. They pass by, boop, pow, and they gone. So I like Militia. So what types of gear would be better for each mode here? So let's see, we're doing squads. So like you mentioned earlier, people are going to focus on snipers. People are going to focus on playing the field. I'm going to see, because this is probably going to be like second time or third time for people doing this map, they're going to definitely use skill here. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's people dropping in and they're going to come in hot and they're going to get their guns, and then they're just going to go all out war, and they're just going to try and get those points. Like you mentioned earlier, people are going to try to get that point system just by getting kills alone. Sometimes they won't even focus on getting first place. But I personally believe that getting that first place is very beneficial, because if you're gaining towards that first place, you're probably going to gain towards getting more kills just to even get that first place. What do you think, Dadventure?
Right. Yeah, no, I think that you're right in that. And as I look at the list of player names, just kind of review that list of names, and I look at the play styles that are going to be represented here, we're going to have some of the most elite players, some of those top players, those top 5, top 10 players in the entire server in squads combat in this matchup. And we're going to see a lot of glue walls. We're going to see a lot of quick rush action, getting into the action, closing that distance. But then I look at those names, Delsol, and I see some of these influencers have brought teams where there are some double sniper just players who are just going to snipe over and over again. And when you look at something like Alpine, this is the map for the M82B Barrett sniper in the game. That gun can hit hard. It can hit long range. It's devastating to glue walls. I think we're going to see teams looking for that early game. I think we're going to see teams that are trying to kit up, get that M82B, and then I'm guessing about half of these teams are going to have a double sniper on the team, someone who can just rotate those snipers, bring just intense gunfire down on their enemies, while those rushers just advance with glue walls, with great intensity in the headshots. And so I think those teams are going to position well. If you're not going to play this map with at least one sniper in your squad, it's going to be a very difficult day for these teams. But I think these teams are up for it. The way I see them laid out, the way I see them put together, it looks like these captains here, these influencer captains, are ready for Alpine, and it's going to be very exciting as we get into this first map, for this first game here of Alpine, as we watch these teams land and get into it. What's your thoughts on this first game? Who are we going to see come out on top?
Let's see. If I were to come out on top, I'm going to be biased, Dadventure. I'm going to have to go with Mighty Ducks. They're going to do it. But like you mentioned earlier, those glue walls, let's penetrate them.
All right, here we go. We're going to enter the map here. We're going to watch these teams get into the fray. And the game is on. Here we go. Alpine Discovery. Our first game 1 of 6 on tonight. As the plane goes in, each of these teams will land in their locations. We'll see the squads drop, and then they will get into the fray. Now, you don't have the advantage in regular ranked gameplay to pick your landing location, but this is the way it is, so we can get these teams. We want to show you the map. We want to get you excited about Alpine. This map is an amazing map. I love that there's a new map. I wasn't ready for it. I was totally surprised a new map was coming to the game, and so I was just as excited as you guys were. And this is going to be a great opportunity to see some of these teams get down. Now we see KDA King on Team 10 there. We see Bestia on Team 1. And then we see our teams over here. Mia Santita down there over on team 1 down there. So here we go. We got the Lions. This is Mia Lepe Santita's team. This team is a great team. Here, they're landing at base camp. Base camp's a great place for looting, as you can see. And don't forget to look inside Mama's Menu Diner. That's something I'm going to have to do.
What is on the menu at Mama's Diner tonight?
Now I want to know what's on the menu. Do you know what's on the menu, Del Sol?
I'm thinking burgers, tacos. I don't know, man. Mama's Diner, my mama be cooking spaghetti. But, that's some good stuff.
Down in the corner, we got to see Mia Lepe there as she's playing there. A camera was on her. We got to see Mia Lepe, a personal friend of ours. We know her personally. She is an amazing influencer. And listen, she can play. When I see her in a match, I'm always worried. Yeah, she can fly a plane too. She did that out in Vegas. So these influencers are going to get down fast. They're going to get gear, and what I would think you're going to see in proper squad strategy is that they're going to share gear here, Del Sol. They're not going to just go pick whatever gun they want and run with it. They're going to find the right gun for their role on the squad, because in squad-based combat, when you're trying to win a competition, they're going to try to make sure that the sniper has the snipers, that the rush player has the guns he likes to rush with, that the glue walls are going to the rush player. You don't need a glue wall if you're not going to engage in combat until later. You might need 1 or 2. You won't need 12. The grenades are going to go with the glue walls. And then our support player is going to have enough med kits and ammo and other resources to keep the team alive and to support in combat, especially with some of those grenades. It's great to be a support player with grenades. I don't know. Do you use many grenades in the game, Del Sol?
I pick and choose where I go grenades, but if it all comes down to it, I just throw grenades like crazy. However, I am noticing that this team is getting prepped. They're getting ready. So where are we at right now? We are with Team TMD. We got Baby Duck. The Mighty Ducks are in the house. Let's see. This is my favorite team right here. And this is the one. This is my pick, Dadventure, for the win. So let's see what
this is your pick and the win in the first game here. Okay, so you think they'll win this first game? I'm going to go with this first game is going to go to the foulest team. I'm going to pick the foulest team. We've got 3 influencers in that team. I just think that's a great team, and we'll see how they show up here. So we've already got quick engagement. Team 12 has moved over into Team 5's starting location here. We've already got quick engagement here as Arliss here has got his Scar. We've got the time turner down. Oh, we got a quick rush out of the time turner.
And here we go. First blood.
Mark F. MYT is down. Oh no, Mark got him down.
Look at that. We got a new kill leader here in the Mighty Ducks. Now, let me tell you guys something about this railroad area, all right? It is ideal for rushing undercover, which is what they are doing right now. But however, take note that it is a hot zone with all the hottest loot available. So this is one place that you definitely want to be careful. What about you, Dadventure?
And we got to be careful. Like, they got to be careful. The Mighty Ducks came in hard and fast, and that team is eliminated. That was a quick 4 kills. That's 4 points. And you might have picked the right team for this. We know we did an interview with Baby Duck. Baby Duck says, listen, I like to drop in the hot zone and like to get in the action quick. And they proved they dropped in their hot zone and they got into action in another location very quickly. So they didn't waste time. As we saw the team that landed here in Railroad, they were still kitting up. They were still getting ground loot. They were still trying to make sure they had the right equipment. What they forgot is that other teams are going to come very quickly and engage those high pressure, those rusher sensitive teams. Where when we talk to Baby Duck, she doesn't like to sit back and snipe. She likes to rush. This is a rush team, and I think we're going to see Team 5 rushing around this map.
She is definitely a rush team, and she's also got a killer on the team with GoGen with already 3 kills, and that is impressive.
Yeah, now what they're doing here is I think they're just trying to make sure they all are healed up. And what they're going to do is now they've got a perfect opportunity for edge rotation here. You can see the map in the corner, Del Sol. You got the storm zone closing, and what it's going to do is as it closes, they can just stay right on the outside edge of that. They can rotate to the next named location, and when they're rotating, they can look for enemies. And as those enemies are there, they can try to pick off enemies who don't have properly aligned teams, where they don't have that scout player who's watching from behind. Now here we got Mama's Diner. Maybe they'll go in and show us the menu. What do you think? Think we're gonna see the menu?
Man, show this is an empty kitchen. There ain't nothing in there. But you know what? It's
I know what's on my menu tonight. Cheesy potato soup. That's what's in my Mama's menu diner right now.
Good. I'll get it. So
here we look at the JA Mobsters, the Jamaican Mobsters. We got KDA King, KDA Momo, we got Trey, and KND Shavar. KND Shavar is one of the top players in squads in North America. So it'll be interesting to see how this team does over the course of the tournament. Shavar is elite level. I think he's got over 70,000 kills now in squad combat. So definitely Shavar is one to watch out for. He's one that can win this on his own. To be honest with you, I've watched him win many of these on his own. So with a squad of 4, I think you can't count them out at any part. Here we are at A and X squad here. We got Zay, we got Mr. Ghosty, and who are they engaged with here, Del Sol? Do you know which team they're up against here?
They are currently against. I cannot see.
It looks like whoever they were against is gone. So it looks like they've taken a team out of the game, as they've got four squad kills and 4 kills. So we've got the Mighty Ducks and we've got A and X with right now, which I think is anonymous. Right now they've got 4 kills each.
Yes. And so let's just see, what are they going to do here? What strategies are they going to come with? We are currently at Blueville. There you go, Blueville. And we are at base camp right now. So for those of you that don't know about base camp, again, great for looting, and Mama's menu is on the house. So
we've got the Mighty Ducks have a little problem here. Look at this. We've got Team 1, Team 8, and Team 5 here with Mighty Ducks, and the high ground is Team 8 is holding the high ground. But look from behind. We've got Fig, Mr. Fig.
Come on, Mighty Ducks.
And he got his team pushing from behind. We're going to have 5 teams here very quickly, though, Sol, as it looks like Baby Duck is the
Baby
first
Duck's down.
Duck to go down.
They took out Baby Duck.
We got 1 duck down. All right, so we've seen that the TMD team here, the Mighty Ducks, is trying to get behind this glue wall here. They don't realize what's coming, but they're going to have a third party coming, and they've got this high ground. And this is one of the things about using elevation in Alpine. There's a lot of elevation in Alpine, especially on those edges of that map. And if you can hold elevation, there is an advantage to being uphill. You have the opportunity, and unless that was a great shot here by Mark FMYT as he's behind the time turner right now, trying to resist some damage. It'll be interesting to see if they can pull out of this, as we have another team coming in for a third party. They're close enough to hear this engagement going on.
And you definitely want to take advantage of that high ground, because like they say in Star Wars, it is over once you're at the high ground. But let's see this team pull it off. I'm still going for the Mighty Ducks, and it looks like Baby Duck is back in the game. So let's see.
They saved enough coins, and here, for anyone who's watching, if you don't know, that there was a vendor, they were able to take their coins, use it at the vendor, and get Baby Duck back into the game. But unfortunately, Baby Duck enters the game and goes back down. And we've got Mark FMYT and Gojon here going against Team 8. We'll get a view of Team 8 here, which is I'm trying to see who here is on Team 8. Ooh, nice. They've got 1 down. We got Gojon with his quadrant now, 4 kills on the game. You got Milionario is actually backing out on them as they push uphill. They were able to take. There looks like they're able to advance on the elevated positions, force Team 3 or Team 8 back, and it looks like Team 8's chasing Team 3. That was a third party opportunity, which it was able to give Team 5, which is the Mighty Ducks, an opportunity to move into that next zone circle and potentially finish here on Milionario.
Grit and Survival Team 5. My Mighty Ducks are still in the game, and here we go. They are going to continue to advance with 2 people. We got Gojon and Milionario. Milionario is down. We got Gojon still alive here. Gojon, let's see what he can do.
Go John with 5 kills. That's an impressive first game for any player to have 5 kills, let alone to being in the game still with this many players left. It's a great job as they move further in. And we got Mark FNYT and Go John. We're going to kind of keep watching them here as they move. It looks like the other team has backed out. They're going to get a chance to pause and maybe regroup here. I don't see any stores in gameplay, but look, here's the strategy, giving them his coins, so when they do pass a vendor, they can bring it in. But now we got Thales team 3. She's a great influencer here in the U.S. against Uvita and Team 11. You may know Uvita from TikTok and some other big social media. Great influencer, is great at this game, especially I think likes rush combat. And we'll see how Thales team.
And notice how they're using here. They're using some shotguns. They're using some short-range weapons. That's because they are currently located in Rivermouth, which is a place, not only a place of large amounts of loot, but it is ideal for short-range shotguns and short-range UMPs. And that is what we are seeing utilized right here in Rivermouth.
What I think about Rivermouth is why it makes it so good for shotguns is the walls on the outside of the city. You really can't be outside of town using a sniper to shoot in from any real position. Maybe some of the elevated positions, but you're just not going to get a lot of exposure to your enemy. So this does play well for our shotgun players, which there's a lot of shotgun players here in the North America server. You're going to see shotgun players, maybe some pistol players who are going to try to get those one-tap headshots. But this is a great location to use shotguns, and we see that that's the meta when they come in here. We don't see a lot of sniper action. We're seeing a lot of action here with the shotguns and short-range weapons.
And not just that, just look at how many buildings there are here at Rivermouth. And not only just multiple buildings, but we got multiple levels in these buildings. Oh, let's look at this action here. We got Team Lions over here, and we are currently at the stadium area. Dadventure, can you tell us about stadium?
I don't know if you saw this here on Team 1 right here. Team 1, as we're watching this combat, they did something very unique that a lot of teams need to learn from. They had one player sitting back with a sniper who was using the woodpecker and sniping into the engagement from farther back. They had another player behind a glue wall, which was a support player throwing grenades, and they had 2 rush players advancing into the building against a squad of 4. But what's happening is the sniper is doing damage as the support players throwing grenades in, doing more damage, and the rush players are entering that fray. They're not taking that damage from their own team, and then they're finishing off players. Now, unfortunately, I don't know if that strategy, it looks like that strategy has not worked so far, as it's 1-on-2, but it did do a significant amount of damage to half of the team on Team 9.
Oh, it definitely did an amount of damage. I saw all kinds of action. Oh, that brings down Sam.
Oh,
and we got someone flying in on the money.
Sacrificed herself for Bebecito. So Mia Lepe realizes she's not going to win that. The team's going to be eliminated from this round. So instead, she sacrifices herself, uses her coins, brings back her player, which allows them to get those important placement points.
And check it out, Dad. The whole map has gotten suddenly smaller, and all these teams are pushing in more towards the center. I'm excited to see, once they get more towards that center, who's going to get eliminated, who's still going to be there. My Mighty Ducks is still on. All 4 have been alive and revived.
They are back in the game with 11 kills. Well done here on this gameplay with 11 kills. And I love Rivermouth. I love Rivermouth because there are ways to cross the river without swimming. And in Free Fire, there's nothing worse than having to cross a river and at the end of a game, and you know you're just going to swim yourself to death. So Rivermouth has those nice planks across the river, which is a little bit more advantageous. You can cross the river just a little bit easier, and I love that the developers have added that in the Rivermouth location for when the circle gets down like this.
See, if you're just stuck in the water, you're just a sitting duck. No pun intended, Mighty Ducks. All right, we got a revival going on right here, and they're just regrouping here behind the wall. Let's see what happens as these teams push closer, and we're breaking down the time turner, and down goes
Mr. Fig's team here at USA. We can see the drop that Sharon had there on that player as he was going to those planks that I was talking about, those catwalks across the river. Oh, it's just too much.
This is really interesting right here.
Right there.
This is all kinds of action. We got a whole team hiding inside that building right there. And we got glue walls flying left and right. And we got bullets flying all over the place. And he is
like
down.
The USA squad is out.
All right, but we still got my Mighty Ducks. They're still in it. Team 5, realize.
Still got your Mighty Ducks in here. Team 7 is holding down that building. It's a great place to be to hold down a building, especially that building is really situated uphill from 9, uphill from 11, elevated position. 5 is going to make a go of it. And right here, Delsol, if you're one of these teams outside the building, you shouldn't be trying to kill each other, knowing that building is occupied by a full squad. They should be working together and not killing each other to get that team down, so then they have a better chance to finish higher up and get more eliminations. And
This is a critical moment for you to support your team. We got a triple kill over here by Zay. Do we still have Team 11 alive? Because I remember they had just one person, Diablo. Diablo is still here, and Diablo is gonna fight for his life. Killing spree by Gojan. Oh my goodness!
Mighty Ducks have been eliminated, but what an impressive performance with 11 kills. Now we have Team 11
Very
here,
impressive.
slowly letting all that happen inside. And now he's going to go in.
Team
If
11
he can
needs to
wipe
do.
the squad, I'd be impressed. But I think he's going to finish with the second place as we get a booyah. Let's go. Good job.
Booyah, baby.
Hey. Let's go.
All right,
Slade,
so let's break this
Slade
down
squad
with the
here.
booyah.
Got a nice booyah. Ghosty, Slade, Zay, and Pharaoh. What nice job, guys. So and a lot of kills. It looked like they finished there with a lot of kills. This is going to be 12 points for their standings. So I think 11 or 12 kills on top of that. That's going to be a great placement. But hands off to the Mighty Ducks. I mean, that was a team you thought would do well that round. They did, like 14 eliminations. I think 3rd or 4th place. So I think they're going to be right up there with that winning Booyah squad. And so I think that's an exciting gameplay. I can't believe that you predicted the Mighty Ducks would do so well. So good job. Hands off to you. That team really did a great job. And I think we're seeing what right now in that first map, you see what makes Alpine such a great map. The elevation is part of it. The new excitement that we get with new locations. We saw some shotgun locations with walls and buildings close together where you really can't snipe. We saw gameplay go there. So for players who like to use the shotguns, they need to land in those locations where they can have the advantage of using the building of the buildings in the background of the map and the setting to help emphasize their certain skill set, because some players are great short range, some players are great long range, and so this map really allows you to choose to fight in your location, at least early on in the map.
See, what this map brought to me was it was slow and methodical at first. Teams were getting ready, but as you notice, like as soon as they dropped in, there was action in different areas. It depended on where you were dropping, where you were going to see the most action. However, you saw that the map began to get smaller and smaller, and as soon as everyone was packed in, there were still some teams alive. People were fighting for their life. Team 11 with Diablo, He was fighting for his life, but he was a brave warrior, and he went down with the sword.
He was a brave warrior. I think they're going to show us here shortly. They're going to show us updated standings and how each team placed there. There was some great gameplay. I really liked what I saw from the one team, Team 1. Even though they didn't end up on the top 3, I saw good gameplay there. I saw good strategy there. I saw that team utilizing a sniper character. I saw them using a support player. I saw them having 2 guys rush forward. And so that's what you want to see in the gameplay. You want to see that kind of working together. And so I think you're going to see the Lions team game in and game out each round. They're going to perform well. And we're going to see that. I think we're going to see them do pretty well. I didn't get to see some of these other teams in that match. We're going to see them in other rounds. But I'd have to say, I was impressed by the teams that we saw do well. Team 11, we'll see how they ended up with points. I didn't see their kill total, but we're going to see some replays here. So let's see some replays. Check out some of the replays from that round and see how these teams did. I think this is one you want to call here. This is your Mighty Ducks here, Delsol.
The Mighty Ducks, they're very strategic throughout this whole thing. What I saw was that they were supporting each other throughout the whole match until the end. And then when they went all out, they were just all guns out because, like I said earlier, they are an aggressive team, but also they are skillful, they are strategic. And not only that, they have a great plan going on. And let's see how they do in the second match.
Yeah, those are the replay where they got that first team wipe. They got that first kill in the game, and then they got the first team wipe in the game. Very aggressive out of the start, and I think the problem is, okay, so if you're that team that got wiped there, what you didn't realize is the other teams in the map don't know how fast they went down. They didn't see how fast the Mighty Ducks pushed out of their landing location into Railroad. I think Mighty Ducks are probably going to do that all night long. They're going to continue to leave their drop location, and they're going to push. And I think these other teams got to be ready that you can't just get ground loot without worrying about covering your back. If you don't have a scout person, someone watching your back or watching your flank, then you are going to get flanked. And when you get caught out of hand, if you lose a player real quick because you're not watching flank, you're going to be at a disadvantage against a team coming in with 4 players all kitted up.
And that is very crucial to being in a position in this team. Whether you are a support player, whether you know it or not, your support role is extremely important because you are there to support your team members when they are down. And that is something that Mighty Ducks really, really honed on right there, was they had their support player bring people back to back to life, and they went out guns blazing.
Yeah, and I think when we look at it, I think that with our team there on top is going to end up with, probably 26, 20, 23 points. I think we're gonna see another replay here, and as we look at some of what was going on here in this match, we've got Mark FMYT again on that Mighty Ducks team, and this is where they're pushing against Team 7, and right here towards the end. Team 7 is just holding down that building. They are not.
I remember correctly, Team 7 was just in there.
Team 7 stayed in there the whole time. They got in that building. They found the best position in that final circle there, and they stayed with it. They didn't come out, because coming out of a window, it takes time. Your gun's not up. You're not going to be able to shoot, and you're exposed. They didn't allow themselves to be exposed. I don't know how many glue walls they seem to have. They probably had 30 glue walls in there.
Let me tell you something, Dadventure. Being in that house, you're not only with walls, but you can also throw glue walls, and they had a great support team as well. Like I mentioned earlier, a great support team can lead to great success.
Yep. Yeah, no, that's what it is. Team play, right? You can't just be a lone wolf going against this great level of competition, or you're going to get knocked down by another team. And so as we look,
we are down here on another replay, and we got Diablo, who was the sole survivor at that time. We're back to Mighty Ducks on a killing spree. Gojan was definitely on a killing spree this entire game, and he was impressive throughout this whole match.
Now you can see even here as Mr. Ghosty is hanging out there behind a glue wall, taking that cold frost damage from that freeze grenade, and still able to, but here he comes out. He came out of the wall, he got pushed, he knew he needed to come out, and he came out behind that player who wasn't ready for it, because at that point they hadn't come out, and that was a good move to get around behind that player and take the other team down.
Well, it's all good. Diablo did go to that house. He knew what was up. He knew what was going to happen if he went to that house with Team 7, and he unfortunately got wiped. But my hat's off to you, Diablo. You did great.
Now, what do you think moving in, what we saw there, do you think that any teams will change their strategy going into the second Alpine map here? Do you think that we're going to see any difference, maybe especially in that first circle? Are they going to move quicker? Are we going to move quicker as we look at the standings? Maybe we can think of that while we look at the standings. We're going to see how these teams have done. So the Booyah goes to ANX, 23 points. But look, your team, the Mighty Ducks, I think they finished further down the list. I think they were third or fourth place, but because they got so many eliminations, they're at 22. What do you think about the breakdown here of these teams?
So like you mentioned earlier, sometimes one Booyah wouldn't be enough. Sometimes, it depends on how much kills that a team gets. Mighty Ducks was getting a lot of kills, but ANX came out on top because of that Booyah. So, Booyahs are important, but take note, don't put aside that kill count. That kill count is important as well. But like I said, the more that you pursue a Booyah, the more kills you're more than likely going to get, which puts you at a great advantage. So overall, guys, I would say head towards a Booyah. And right now, let's not also count out Uvita Sport. Uvita Sport did really well as well, and so did Las Calvitos. So guys, there are still chances here for these teams to advance. There are still more games, and we are going by all the grand total at the end of this series. So let's see how far each team gets. Who knows? In maybe 2 or 3 games, this list won't even be accurate anymore. This list will be completely different. You might see Mighty Ducks on top. You might see Dark Horses all the way at the top. It depends. Let's see how they do. And I guarantee you that these teams are going to change their strategies in the next coming match. What do you think, Dadventure?
Yeah, not all these teams played in that match. We have 18 teams that are going to be rotating through the different rounds, so every team will be getting equal opportunity to play, but they'll be playing against each other in different matchups, which gives a little bit of fairness as there's different groups of teams playing with each other. And so as we see that, we ultimately are going to see that some teams won't get any score in a round because they weren't necessarily on the field of play during that round. So over the course of 2 days, every team will play equally, and one of these teams is going to rise up and to be our Alpine Discovery champion. And so it's going to be exciting to see which teams are matched up in the next round here as we get in there shortly. But in that first round, we saw a few teams really rise to the top of those first teams in that group. And it'll be interesting to see, can over the course of 2 days, can they keep that same level of intensity? Because if you go down early, you get no points. If you're the first team out, you get 0 placement points, you get 0 kill points. That can be tough. So you can finish with the Booyah 1 match and 0 points in the next, because that's free fire, that's Battle Royale. And sometimes you just get caught off guard by a team that got better loot real quick and got better position, and that happens. So as we move forward, what do you expect? You said you expect a little bit of change coming forward. What do you think the biggest change will be for these teams that were in that first round of play?
So for these teams that are in that first round of play, the biggest change that I definitely see is watching your back. That is something I will definitely see. We noticed that in the first drop, we saw people going straight for the shots, and we didn't see much watching of the back. But as the game progressed, we saw people watching and guarding. I expect to see this in this second match. There's going to be more guarding, there's going to be more support, and there's going to be more watching.
Right. Yeah, I mean, there was one time where 5 different teams were essentially in the same location on the edge of circle in the rotation. That tells me we got teams that have a high intensity, that are going to rush, and so teams got to watch out. You got to watch your flank. And so that's important for us as we move forward, understanding that you are exposed in a map where there's not a lot of cover for a good place, for good portions of it. You've got to be ready to watch who's coming up over that hill, behind you, beside you, and be ready to engage them at a moment's notice.
And I'm excited to see how they're going to change this in the second match. And let's see how it's going to go. Are they going to change strategies? Are they going to keep with the strategies that they got? Because for some teams, the current strategy that they used in the first game really worked. Let's see if they keep it going as well.
Right. Yeah. No. So we're going to look and see who our MVP is right now. The MVP, or the most valuable player, whoever's got the most, Zay Fiji, 5 kills. I think we had some other 5 kills too, so it looks like Zay Fiji's probably winning a tiebreaker there. I think Mark FMYT probably had 5 too. We saw one on the Mighty Ducks had 4 or 5, so I think we've probably got a few players there at 5. So Zay Fiji, good job in that match. I'm guessing that Zay Fiji had the damage dealt, especially as they held that building down at the end of the match and was able to do extra damage. So well done to those players who each had 5 kills. I think Zay Fiji, though, was just able to put more damage down, especially just holding down that building there at the end of the round.
And like you were mentioning earlier, no matter how many kills you get, the time that you spend making damage, the type of weapon that you have, makes a difference when it becomes these MVPs.
Right, yeah. Yeah, and really what they did well there was just play smart and work together. And so was Zay Fiji the lone MVP? I don't know. I mean, I thought that team worked super well together and holding that house down. So I think he was just the one that was able to clean up enough of those kills. But well done by that entire team to really position himself to end up with the Booyah and put themselves on top as we move into round 2, where we're going to see a different group, a different makeup of teams here in Alpine. Probably some similar strategies, Delsol, but I haven't seen too much of that double sniper gameplay yet. So I think we're going to see some of that double sniper gameplay still here today, where some of these teams are going to get in there, and we're going to be impressed by the level of skill with a sniper that we're going to see. And maybe it'll be some of those M82Bs we talked about.
Well, let's see if they can find those snipers. Like right now, we got Blue over at Rivermouth, and I guarantee you that's probably a place where they can find a sniper. And it's usually a very, very common weapon to find, but you really got to look for it, because sometimes you'll end up with like a very basic weapon. But let's see what's going to happen if they drop in Blue.
Now, blue, as you know, is a when you see a blue location, there's going to be better loot that location. So the advantage there is if you got Rivermouth as your drop location, that's a great place to drop and get some good loot. You're going to find your nice high-level snipers and your high-level gear there, and so that's a place that you want to land. It looks like we got a team heading over there now, as we've got some of those teams landing over in Ocean View. And there's my favorite location here, Forest Red, and we see Teammate is landing on the outside of Forest Red, but I think Forest Red is my favorite location so far in this.
So
match.
automatically, I see that we are going to see a showdown between teams 1 and 3. Teams 1 and 3 are definitely going to go showdown over there, and we are live down here, and we are with Team USA.
Looks like Mr. Fig's team here. Looks like they didn't have a player show up, but woo. Look at that. Is that a quick down there on Team 11? Yeah,
yes,
Mr. Fig. Beautiful use of that Mac
jump
10.
shot right there.
First blood of the game. That was a nice jump shot.
Right behind the wall. Very smart play. Very smart play right here. And right here, we look at Bestia over here. Bestia is currently away from the group, but he can run over. He is currently looting. Oh, he has a sniper, actually. I think he is ready to get this. And we are currently here at Ocean View. Again, it is placed on the edge of a map, and some of your top gear is available here, as well as great cover with buildings that are multiple levels.
Now, you saw what happened there. So Mr. Fig was able to make it 3-3. They were evening up the odds by getting 3-3 instead of 4-3. And then they took down Uvita, which is a top player on that team. And what happened is his other last player took off, headed to the store, going to try to bring his teammates back. You can see player 11 up there on the vendor in the vending machine, trying to bring his team back. And the best decision he made there, Delsol, was to get out of the engagement and go bring his team back, because you're not going to, at this level of gameplay, you're not going to handle 1-on-3 on many of these teams.
And that is something that I call playing your role, playing great support, and playing a great team member. And
now
we are here back
Mighty
with the Mighty
Ducks here. They did it again. They rushed hard to Railroad, but look who's ready for them. Team 7 was ready for the quick rush. And as they came in, the glue walls went up and Baby Duck went down really quickly here. Did we get a squad wipe? We did. 7 wiped the Mighty Ducks out. That was a strategy. Maybe they should have not attacked them so quickly again, but Team 7 was ready. So Mighty Ducks not going to finish this one with a high tally, and probably because that team came together and said, we're not going to have that happen again. We're not going to take the early wipe. So good strategy, good change from round 1 to round 2 for Team 7 there.
And you notice there, right there, teams definitely adjusted, and some teams that are new to this, they are going in hot. So right now we are following Team 1 over here as they are beginning looting in the area. Let's see where they are at.
Now you can see how these players run. You're going to see some pretty standard things: short range, long range weapons. A lot of these players have a AR, an assault rifle, and they have an SMG, a submachine gun. It looks like that's pretty much the standard meta right now for a lot of teams. Is they've got that, whatever their favorite AR is right now. It looks like we got an XM8. And whatever their favorite, looks like an MP5 here for full frontage. But that seems to be the choice for a lot of these teams, is to have that well balanced. The SMG for close range and the AR for a little bit more mid-range to long range. Although we talked about how important that sniper is on this map, because it can deliver that very long range, very high damage. But I haven't seen any of the teams so far have the sniper. But it can be a little hard to find the better snipers on the board.
So right now we got Team 12 here. They are currently looting. They're trying to find places, and they are located in a place called Blueville. Dadventure, what can you tell us about Blueville?
Blue. So I don't land in Blueville a lot because it's so close to my red forest. So I kind of stick over to Red Forest because I like the look of Red Forest. It's beautiful, but I know my guy, full frontage, Blueville is like his favorite place to go. And what he likes about it is its edge of map, and he likes that it's got some quick opportunities to get his loot and then get out of it. So he's not going to hang out there. It's a great loot location, got a lot of good loot, It's kind of elevated there on the edge of the map, and then you can rotate circle, which he's big on the rotation strategy as full-fledged as an influencer who's connected to Team Liquid, one of the best esports organizations in the entire world. He understands the importance of knowing battle royale gameplay mechanics and strategy and rotating in the map. So that's why he likes Blueville as his location. Edge of map rotation is a great strategy, which is what they're doing here. They're trying to position themselves for the edge of map rotation.
And I don't know if you saw earlier, but Team 4 ANX was holding down the building, and that is the same thing that Team 12 is doing as well. They are playing a strategy of holding these building down at Blueville, and I believe that is one of the key skills to conquering this area. Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what he liked. He liked that you could have the buildings to protect yourself from any early push. Their team did. Unfortunately, Full Frontage was the one to take the brunt of that right now, but his team's still alive. They took out the attack. I believe that was the players that came back from another team who was almost eliminated earlier. And so it looks like maybe they're out of the game now for good. So we'll have to see how that comes out of the standings.
Right now, we are seeing a standoff between Team 7 and Team 2. And we got triple kill by Arlise G right there with that long-range shot.
Yeah, so there you see a beautiful long-range sniper shot, and with the elimination, oh wow, Thaley got hit. I didn't see where that hit came from, but that was a nice smack there. Now these early, when the circle's closing here, the storm's coming in. Oh, another nice shot. Somebody's just,
and this is where those snipers are coming into play right here.
Yeah,
long-range shots are coming into play.
Yeah, so as we talked about, in the early circles, Delsol, as you know, the damage isn't high. You can actually ride the edge of the storm. We see sometimes this team will run into the storm and then they'll rotate around because they can take the damage from the storm. The damage increases every time the circle closes another level. And so early on, you may see teams escape through the storm. We didn't see that there as Thaley went down before I think she was going to ride the storm.
And right now we are looking at a standoff between Team 9 and 3. And notice how Team 9 is holding the house down while Team 3 is circling around. And we got a down right here. All right, let's see. They are holding this house down and Team 3 circles around.
This is Joan, YouTuber out of the Dominican Republic. He's one of our North American influencers, his squad here. I've played with most of these guys at some point. They're really good player. Oh, and look, we got the double vectors here. That is a close range combat strategy if I've ever seen one. There, he's waiting for them to come up the stairs so he can unload on with the double vectors.
Those double vectors are definitely deadly. They can get you down in a few shots. And here we go. It is on. They are advancing into the house, and we got a shoot off going down. Teams are going down. Team 3 is going out on top.
Looks like they got the full squad elimination. Nice push by Azazel and his team, Kaneha. Good job there on the push, and we get right into another combat as we have Team 7 and Team 8 going at it across the board here.
7, we see 7 right here pushing them straight ahead. And we also see Team 8. They're going at it. They are hiding behind these walls. And they got a bush over here. Yeah, you see that right there? When you turn into a bush, it gives you time to regroup. And here we go. The shoot down is on. We got Team 6 and Team 7 and 6, 7, and 8 all going at it at the same time. It is all-out war here on Alpine.
All right, we have Milionario swinging around the backside, trying to flank. He's flanking Mr. Fig. What a nice shot with a woodpecker there as he flanks around the outside. Mr. Fig was trying to heal, was not expecting the flank, and sometimes you got to watch your outside shoulder or you're going to take that shot. Milionario got that shot on him, which was great. Now Milionario, is he going to back out here and try to bring his team back? It looks like Milionario is going to take off here. And
he has no other choice. He has to go find a buy station.
Exotic's got the AC-80. Can he stay on him? He should stay on him. Probably doesn't realize he's the last one on the team. And Arlau here with his squad here, Nooks, Exotic.
And notice how he's playing this field right here. He is shooting against the zone right here. That is definitely a strategy that you can employ.
Edge of storm. You camp the edge of storm. You let them come in. They take the extra damage from the edge of storm. That storm damage isn't a lot, but it's enough to do consistent damage, especially when you're peppering with that AC-80.
All right, we got Henry healing up over here.
right, so as we see here, Henry's going to heal up. He's got his Uzi. He's going to make the movement around. They're down to 2 men left, doing pretty well. 6 kills with only 2 men left in the match and 8 teams left. They can score pretty well here, but they've got to do something about Team 7, which of course I believe was our winning squad in that previous battle. They've got to make the move around on them, and I'm guessing is he going to engage him or not? As we go back down, he's going to just kind of keep an eye on him. No, he's going to engage. There's no.
He just gave him a little warning shot there, and then he ran out. He is changing his position.
Nice
All right,
maneuver there.
Here we go. He's taking them out. He's taking them out.
There we go.
Oh, never mind.
Unfortunately, he goes down. Henry's going to get the finish, trying to get the point. That's a point there if he can get that finish.
And notice Team USA right here already has 7 kills. And they are down.
USA is eliminated with 7 kills.
Team USA is out.
He popped that time turner and then came right out. You'll see that's a strategy a lot of people use now that time turner's been changed to not allow damage to go inside or outside. They'll pop it as a momentary shield wall and then exit it almost immediately. We saw both opponents do that to each other there. They kind of dropped the time turners and then immediately left and pushed here as we're now in Militia at the vending store. This is a great place. You can see in the graphic, this is a great place for camping and surprising unaware enemies. So in a Militia, there's just so many abilities, so many ways to shoot. You can actually shoot in Militia through lots of different locations, especially with the upgraded watchtowers that we have now. The watchtowers are elite level watchtowers. They're not the little watchtowers that go to the previous maps. They are a force to be reckoned with in the hands of the right sniper or camper.
Notice right here, you notice that they're playing the storm. They're keeping as much to the edge of the storm as possible. Because if you keep to the edge of the storm, that increases your team's chance of survival. And not only that, you are also taking out people that are also running the storm with you. Kind of like what we're doing right here. The Cafe is taking out that other person right there against the storm.
Killing spree.
Yeah, we've got Ovita. I think we saw Ovita down there on the screen for a second, one of our North American influencers here, and doing a great job with this squad at this point, trying to work, it looks like uphill against Team 10. It's got KND Shavar. It's got Trey on it. Some well-known players across the server that I've played with. I think we see Shavar trying to get the flank here as we've got 3 teams below, 4 teams below. We'll see what that strategy works out if Shavar can get that flank around on Team 1.
Right now, Team 4 is fully stacked. They are still playing the edge. Team 12 still has full frontage available. He is there, and he is going to play the field. Full frontage has come back, Delsol. Full frontage was the first person down on his team in that engagement earlier. So they were able to survive that engagement and bring full frontage back. And now he's back and looking like playing for position points right now, which is probably the best strategy he could hope for. Just stay alive. They've only got the 1 kill. That's only 1 point. They need to get as high as they can to get those bonus points from each one, because each place at this point is worth another additional point. It's almost as you can get a kill. So if Full Frontage could steal a couple kills here at the end and get a couple more position points out of it, it's going to be better for them overall over the course of the 2 days. And we got Full Frontage down there of Team Liquid down there on the screen playing, definitely with on his mobile phone there. You guys see he's got his finger sleeves on, and he is ready to go. That is the face of concentration, my friends.
Oh, unfortunately, he goes down.
There you go. But like you mentioned earlier, he's going to get points for staying pretty high on the league.
So 7 kills here with Avita's team. Looks like they're, of course, the house here is held by Team 4 this time. And I see an M4A1 in there. I see a Woodpecker. Looks like we got some UMPs and some MP40s. Oh, that
Team 7 advancing as well. 7. But we got Trey from Team 10 that is right behind them. Is he going to get them from behind? Let's see.
Yeah.
All right, that storm is pushing in, and here we go. The bullets are flying.
Akoa Free has been eliminated. Wow, that problem there was, we talked about the storm, Delsol. The storm, we're like 3-4 circles in. That storm is hitting hard. You can't sit in a building in the storm behind glue walls and expect to live very long. You just can't heal fast enough, especially when a team like the Lions is sitting outside waiting to take you down.
So let me tell you something, Dadventurer. I see 11 and 4. I think 11 and 4 are going to try to wipe each other out, but I also see Team 1 is going to sneak up on the leftovers. What do you think?
killing spree.
I think we're going to see Team 1. I talked about the Lions. That's the team with the sniper support class. They're playing good strategy here. I think we're going to see them slow play this and work together. I think you're going to see grenades come from the support player. You can look at the team makeup that they have here. You can see that they got one with the sniper, they got one with the MP40, one with the assault. There's the grenade player right there, and Bebecito. And so they're utilizing proper strategy here, and that will deliver more victories for a team over the course of 2 days than just playing haphazardly.
All right. Here we go. Circles are closing in. You still got a couple teams here available. Team 4, Team 11. Team 1 as well.
We're down to 3 squads with 10 players left. Lions has all of their players. It looks like that's the only squad on the field currently with all their players.
There's not much to hide. It's all trees. It's all open field and trees here. And all you're going to see is bullets fly around this cabin.
Uvid is down. We got a 2-on-3. The Lions have the manpower, but they don't have the elevation.
11 has the high ground.
Nice,
so let's see if they can use that to their advantage.
Nice move by Kathy, and that's going to be elimination for it.
All right. Booyah.
Booyah. Nice job. Bebecito. Good job, Bebecito
with the MVP for that team.
I talked about. I think we're doing pretty good about calling who's going to win. That's the Lions right there. That was my squad that I said I thought might do well, just because of how they were playing. Beyond that, they're all wearing the same uniform, which when they have the same gear on, it's hard to know who is who when you're in a battle. You're seeing a lot of the teams doing that, but that team is utilizing proper strategy, and Delsol. Strategy's going to win in a battle royale more often than not. Don't you agree?
I agree, because sometimes you have teams that come in with no strategy and they just come out guns blazing. But the Lions played the field well. They had a great support team. They had great people who were going guns blazing, but they had a great structure overall. Would you agree?
Yeah, and as I look at and think about what is good with Alpine, what's the best part about snipers? If you're using a team that's got a sniper and you're utilizing that well, and using the sniper to put damage on your opponent, and you're weakening shields, when you come in with that rush, it's not as hard, it's not as difficult. You can win those one-on-one engagements when you've got twice the life, twice the shield as the other person that you're taking. So those snipers can take down armor, they can take down health, and just having one sniper on your team can be a huge benefit. So I encourage our survivors who are watching, make sure when you're playing a map like Alpine, have a sniper on a squad of 4. Make sure you've got a sniper, make sure you've got a support player, and then you got to have the rushers who can go in and get the quick elimination on those weakened or down players, so that you can have a player advantage. That's really important, to have that player advantage, go 4-on-3, 4-on-2, and at that point you're just cleaning up the teams and you're getting the points, and we're seeing that as this is going on.
So one thing I noticed that was different during the second match, before we even started, you said that you didn't see a lot of snipers in the first match, but definitely in the second one, we saw more long-range shots, we saw more sniping, and they're beginning to realize, hey, this is a pretty good match where we can take those vantage points. We got people using woodpeckers, we got people using that M8. It is good to use. What do you think, Dadventurer?
Yeah, and I think that we're going to see teams trying to use more sniper. I think as they realize that teams who are just going to rush, that you can't go against a team who's going to snipe you and weaken all of your shields moving in, all of your armor. It's just not going to happen. And I think we're going to see some change in strategies, such as the Mighty Ducks. I don't think we're going to see them rush the railroad as quickly, or at least without more intention this time, knowing that team's going to be ready. They may rush a different location, which might be wise for them to do. And as we look at these replays, we're going to show you a replay right here. And one of these replays is going to be that team, Mighty Ducks, here, as they're not prepared for the response in the railroad. This team 7 was ready. They were not going to get caught off guard from behind again. And immediately, Mighty Ducks comes in. They start engaging, and Team 7 drops glue walls, turns around, and they have the kit they need. They got all the gear, and they turn around, and they took them out quick. Within a matter of 15-20 seconds, they wiped that entire squad. So they were ready. I think that's what the kind of change when you're playing 6 rounds, Delsol. What do you think? You probably need to change strategy if you want to win.
Mighty Ducks still has a chance. You know, they won a pretty high spot in the first match, but they didn't really score in the second match. But I guarantee you, they're going to come back in this third match, and they're going to be much more improved. They're going to play the points, and they're going to come back strong.
You know, Baby Duck is like, no, guys, we're not doing this again. Let's get this together. We're not gonna get wiped like that again. So she likes to get into the fray quick. So I think they're gonna push again. I think they're gonna be ready for it this time. I don't see them backing off. I just don't think that they got that personality. We're gonna take out another replay here as we look. We talked about this team holding down, of course, with the double vectors. They were ready. They were waiting. The problem is, you just look at this support character Azazel throwing grenades. Look at the grenade after grenade. You can't take grenade after grenade. Look, we got a flashbang there. You can't just keep getting hit and taking that damage, because when the squad comes all together, they're going to quickly take you out. That's what happened there. There's just too much happening with grenade damage, with shots from the windows, with flashes coming through, that you're not going to have four guys in a close proximity be able to all stay away from that damage. And then a squad just runs up the stairs, takes down the glue wall, and then wipes you out. You can hold down a building, but if you don't have enough glue walls, it can make it really difficult. You need to have some time turners. It needs to have some glue walls. Do you think they just didn't have enough gear there for that battle?
At that point, I didn't think they had enough gear. I think they ran out of gear. What was going on great with the other team was they're throwing grenades not just as a way to damage, but they were using it as a way to distract as people from the other team began to go inside the building and break the glue walls down, and suddenly they just shut that team down.
Yeah, because the grenade takes a while to explode. So as you gotta try to hide from this grenade that you know is about to explode, they're coming up the stairs, start to take down your glue wall. By the time you can respond, the glue wall's down, and there's just nowhere to go. And I think that's what happened there. And so, well played strategy. There is a way, Delsol. There is a way to approach a building in this game. There's a proper way to do it, and there's a lot of not proper ways to do it. And I think you saw a great way to do it here as we see this final kill cam. What do you think about the strategy going up on top of this house with the rock? I thought that was a great idea. It just didn't work out for him.
So at first I thought that was like a whole bunch of glue walls put together, but as I looked closely, it was basically them putting a glue wall on top of a rock, and it was them trying to defend themselves at best.
That's great. And then we, of course, see Bebecito. It looks like as we're going to see the scores here soon, we're going to see that, of course. The Mighty Ducks went down early, so I think we're going to see them drop, but they posted such a good score that they're going to do well. I think the Lions are going to see themselves climb up pretty high, and we're going to have a nice group at the top five, I think, that are going to be pretty close together and score. It's going to be anyone's opportunity at that point in this first group of players. And so I'm excited. I think the gameplay, we're seeing teams react to not only the map, but they're reacting to strategies in the locations that they need to. That's big. And so you need to make sure you change your strategy based on location, because the locations are intended to be played differently. That's why they created the map. They don't want you to play the same way everywhere. They want you to have to use different elements, different strategies, and that's what. And one of the great things, Delsol, if you want, we got a gift code to give out. Do you want to present the gift code, the first part of the gift code for everybody, and they can gain a gift code over the course of the whole night, and be able to redeem something.
All right, guys, that gift code is 7H, P as in Paul, and the number 4. Again, that is 7H, P as in Paul, and the number 4.
That's great. And so here's what they do with that gift code. I get asked this a lot because I use some gift codes. They got to go to the reward redemption website for Free Fire, which is reward.ff.garena.com/EN. And you got to put that part of the code in with the other two parts that we're going to give you. You're going to have 12 numbers of characters, and then you're going to put them in all cap locks, and you will be able to get a free code for watching this Alpine Discovery Tournament tonight. And I think there's another code tomorrow night. So make sure that you write down the website, write down the code. It's worth it. You're going to get some stuff free in the game just for being here. And we're excited to not only have you watching, but we love giving free stuff out. So write that code down again as we go into here, looking at the MVP for that match.
And our MVP is Bestia R15 with 9 kill counts. Congratulations,
9.
Bestia.
Wow. 9. That's more than a lot of the teams had, Del Sol. 9 is a lot. Well done.
And I guarantee you that is
R15.
definitely going to add to that. They're going to add points to that team as well with those 9 points.
I mean, that's one player with 9 points. That's more than I think half the teams had in the entire first round. Well done. That's great. When you can deliver that, you're going to raise your team up the leaderboard. I think that Bestia was on that first team. So if I'm correct, so that was the Lions team. As we look at the standings, I think that the Lions team is going to end up with a lion's share of the points here. But they overall on the 2, we have Ovita Sport with 39, and Lions have climbed up into 3rd place. The Mighty Ducks in 23rd, and ANX still with that first round Booyah has got themselves in 2nd. So Ovita with no Booyah is at the top of the board over 2 other teams because of high eliminations, high kill totals. What do you think about that?
And I think that is something that Uvita is focusing on. That is definitely a part of their strategy, is to focus on kill counts. Eventually, they may get the Booyah if they keep getting these kill counts. But let's see how it happens. So they got a whole bunch of kills, and they shot all the way up to 1st. They even passed ANX. Mighty Ducks drops down to 4. Lions, who I thought was very impressive this round, goes up to...
Yeah, and if you look at that leaderboard, Bestia would have been in 7th place by himself, just off that one round. So well done by that MVP. That's the kind of thing a team wants. They want a player to perform like that, game in and game out. If you can have someone bring 9 kills a game, you're gonna be at the top of the leaderboard at the end of the day. It's just your team's gonna win if you can do it every round. The problem is, Del Sol, it's battle royale. You don't know what's gonna happen next round. Uvita's team could go out. They could be the 12th team on the field. You just never know because each of these teams is so good. They can wipe each other any moment. So it really comes down to strategy, gameplay, rotation. And as we've seen some of this strategy, what do you think we're going to see now? Are we going to see some similar strategy at the end of the game? Do you think we're going to see so many teams clustered up together? It looks like we've had some slow play. Or do you think we're going to see a lot more aggression from some of these other teams early?
Well, I think we're going to see a lot more aggression, especially what we saw earlier with one of these teams getting up to 39 points just from kills alone. And like I said, if you get more kills, you add more points. If you get a Booyah, you add a high concentration of points. So let's see. I think there's going to be more concentration on people getting kills this time. What do you think, Dadventurer?
I think that's going to have to be, if you're in the bottom part of this group, you've got to think, all right, I don't got a lot of matches left today. I've got to walk out of this match with high elimination total, especially when you see some of those top teams not only getting high placements, but high elimination. They get those kills, and you've got to get some kills. So some of these teams who are down in the lower part of that bracket, they've got to think, we've got to press out of the gate and get some team wipes, get 1, 2, 3 teams out, and get themselves some points to get into, when they get into day 2, that they can have the ability to strive for the top of the charts.
And I believe Uvita has set the standard right there. They said, you know what? This is how we're going to do it. And it has given a woke message to the rest of the teams. You know what? Let's get this done. Let's get some more kills. And they're going to be advancing. They're going to be more aggressive in this next round. I feel it.
Yeah, and if you ever ask the question, can you win a tournament without winning the overall Booyah? I think the score here shows it's possible, right? No Booyahs, top of the leaderboard. If they continue the level of gameplay they're doing, they could potentially end the 2 days at the top with no Booyahs. Now, it's not likely that a team is getting that many kills is not going to end up with at least 1 Booyah, but it is possible. In 2 games right now, you can see that the top team is not the team that won either of the games. It was a team that pressed so hard that they got so many elimination points.
And again, we're just going to recap the score here. If you're in position 1, you get 12 points, 2, 9 points, 3, 8 points, 4, 7 points, and so on. But like I mentioned earlier, 1 point per kill. And that is definitely what Team Uvita was doing. They were playing on the point schedule by hitting those kills.
Yeah, and so really for a lot of these teams, unless you get first, you might as well go for eliminations. Unless you're at that final 3 teams, you're going to pick up 3 bonus points for getting first over second, but everything else is just 1 point. So at that point, you might as well go for elimination kills. you might as well just try to pick off players that are being shot at by other teams. Try to get that last shot on them so you can get the down and you can get the elimination and you get that kill point. That's a strategy that I know I like to use. Like if I see somebody fighting and firing on somebody, you might as well shoot them too, because maybe you'll steal a kill and you'll steal a point. And so that is a way that some of these teams can catch up, is just by being a third party, being a flanking team, and try to take some of those kills from another team that's already engaged, and then turn the tide on the other team by wiping them out and picking up those kill points too. I think we're going to have to see some of these teams start doing some of those kind of strategies, Delsol, or they're going to find themselves at the bottom of the leaderboard still moving forward.
All right, we are here in game three. All right, let's see if they're going to change some strategy. All right, there goes Mighty Ducks going down.
The hot zone changes location, which that happens every map. So, you'll see if I don't think that hot zone's on anyone's drop location. So we see Militia and the base camp here. We'll see where Mighty Ducks are landing behind us.
Now, I was playing Garrison earlier. Garrison is a great place to have the blue zone because there is great looting to go there, as well as great short-range combat. We got teams 1 and 3 heading to Militia. We expect a showdown to happen over there. But the rest of these teams, they're spreading pretty far out, Dadventure. We got Team 4 going straight to Dock. We got Team 9 going to my personal favorite place, the Carousel.
Okay, yeah, Carousel. You love the Carousel.
Love the Carousel. Here they go.
See, one of the things they've done about Alpine is they just made it look so like so friendly. So like I want to live here. I want to live here, and I want to raise my kids here. And like,
so
it's just,
some of y'all don't
how beautiful this place is.
Some of y'all don't know this, but Hero was looking at a launch pad. Let me give y'all a really awesome trick. All right. So if you aim that launch pad correctly at one of the windmills in the background, if you can see it there, you'll see some windmills in the background. If you aim it correctly at the top of one of those windmills, you could actually launch yourself on top of those windmills, and using a sniper, you can snipe enemies from that very, very high vantage point. Just a little trick there.
Just a little trick. Kind of hard to get down, but it's a little trick.
Yes, it is.
You can also, one of the advantages, if your team's ready and you've got good loot, you can take that player launcher, launch into a different location, drop in on an unexpected enemy, and wipe them quickly. That's one of the best ways to use a player launcher. I think that's moving around the map.
Here we go. Time turners on. Teams 1 and 3 are at it.
Ooh. USA is out quick.
Wow. A wipe. Team PFS with the kill.
Team PFS. We've not seen Team PFS yet. With a flow,
they are newcomers.
D4KZ and Brayu. No, see, there's those windmills you talked about now here in the danger zone.
Yes.
And so it's the windmills are beautiful. I think that the beauty of this map is, like, I think Alpine is my favorite looking map so far. So I don't know if they did that just to, try to make you fall in love with it, but I love this map. I think it's the most beautiful map they've created by far.
So I don't know if you noticed this, Dadventure, but in regards to Alpine, what I've also noticed was a great updeal of graphics and detail to the map as well. They added more detail within the grass texture, more detail within the maps, and they really played into the whole scenery aspect of it, making the scenery looking beautiful. Like you can see the mountain in the background here as KDA King advances with Team 11.
Yeah, I mean, this by far, looking at this map, when you look over a hill and you see those mountains in the distance, it's just beautiful, right? It's just like, wow, it is showing what Free Fire is going to do in the future, and as they continue to put out new content, even with the new kind of passes in the game, it just. There's nothing but up for this game. Like, it just keeps getting better and better. And I think Alpine is proof of that. And so I'm excited to see, now that there's all these maps in the game, there's 4 maps in the game, you can't help but get excited to be playing Alpine because it brings freshness and life to Free Fire. And I think that's what everybody loves about it.
I love it. And now we got Team 11 and Team 8 going showdown right here. And they are using their glue walls to the advantage right here.
Now we've got a new team here, Pig's team in here. We've got X Jordan, we got Sweat against K&D Shavar, K&D King, K&D Momo. I can't see there. It looks like we got a 4-on-3 advantage right now. Team 11 has over Team 8. They're putting some pressure on Rojito.
There goes KDA King from the high vantage point, goes back down to the ground. What's he going to do here? He's going to circle around, and they're going to go. Oh, there we go. He's trying to bring him down, and they get him down.
Nice pickup. Nice pickup by his teammate. He had to reload there. His teammate was there ready to get the finish on that kill. Good job. Way to work together on those two. I'm sure they're having good communication right now on that. And we got one in the storm here. We got a flank. Trey's going for the flank.
He's going to go for it. There he is.
He's going for it.
And is he going to bring him down? No, he brings up a glue wall. And Jordan gets the kill there from T11, but can he take the rest down? Is he going to take the other down? That eliminates that team.
The Piggy Gang has been eliminated. So Trey went for that flank kill, but here's the advantage, right? So, like, they can bring Trey back. They can get to a vending machine, bring him back. It was good to go for the flank push there. You get the wipe, you get the kill, or you lose a player, you do some damage, and you get the kill anyways. So I think we're going to see Trey get brought back. They'll revive him, and he'll be back in the game later. But as we got the YouTube gods down to just one Shamson here, one Shamson's one of the well-known players in the server, and so can he pull this 1-3 out?
I believe he can. If he shows great grit, if he shows great determination, he just took a guy down. He is dropping people right now as we speak.
Now you notice how he didn't bring him back right there, okay? So he didn't go for the, like we call it the thirst kill there, because if he would have went for that kill, he would have went down. They would have got him out of position, not under protection. They would have taken Shamson down. But what he did there was allow the guy to be healed as he repositioned himself to try to come back in after reloading, after getting some more health and getting back in, with more HP into the game. Unfortunately, it didn't work, but that was the strategy he was employing there, using that man really to be a decoy or bait so that he could come back in. And unfortunately, it didn't work there, but I've seen it work many times for a lot of our players, even Shamson. Now there's your Mighty Ducks moving on up the hill. This is my place, Forest Red. It is a great place for camping and surprising unaware enemies, and I think the most beautiful place on the map. It just looks pretty. It looks like my part of the world that I live in. We get beautiful fall colors like that, so it's probably why I love it so much. And over there,
Adventure, can you tell me something that's beautiful about this place? What do you see? What brings it out to you other than just the colors, but the scenery as well? What speaks to you about this area?
In Forest Red, I love there's a building in the middle that's very well, highly decorated inside. And so it just, you talked about how this Alpine map has better graphics, better resolutions. They did better textures on things. Even when I think like the little details when you go into like a big building and there's like paintings and there's like decorations inside. They're not just empty, hollow shells of buildings. It feels like somebody's actually living there now. That's what I love. It's like those little details that they're starting to bring more and more into the game. Like, look at here, all the furniture in that tent, instead of just having an open tent. Those, to me, are important little details that just bring more life to the map. And so I love that Free Fire is doing that for us now.
Right now, we have a showdown going on between 2 and 6. Take note, however, earlier we saw the Mighty Ducks. We got 0 kills with the Mighty Ducks. Do you think they have altered their strategy in this game?
I think they're going to have to. I think they're going to have to continue to have that first level performance. Maybe they just need you to call them out and say that they're going to win, so they perform well.
Hey, Mighty Ducks, we can see, you got to win this.
We see Keanu. This is Kage right here on the right hand side of the screen. This is Keanu, one of our North American influencers. Great streamer on YouTube on his own light. Great player. He's taken the prototype car and he's repositioned. Looks like he's getting out of here. Gonna go probably find a store. Probably the best move he could do, as leader got a quadra kill back there. Unfortunately, he's driving right by these teams. But he's going to go try to res his team. And
he's on fire.
He's gonna get out of here.
He is on fire.
He's on fire. Go, Keanu, go.
I don't know if he's going to get out.
If he gets out of here and brings some team back. He'll get to.
He is going all in
somewhere. He's going somewhere. He's going through Forest Red.
Four-wheel drive.
Oh, found a
All right,
vending machine.
He's going to make a
Gonna
stop.
go with one of the vending machine drops and bring his team back. I wonder how many players.
Oh, does he
not have coins? I don't know if he has coins. I don't think he has the coins to bring him back.
Yeah, I didn't see any revival spots. I think he's going to look for coins.
So right here, if you're not familiar with Free Fire, you can revive your players in a couple of locations. There's some revive spots on the map where you can revive your teammates by waiting a certain amount of time, or you can go to a vending machine and have enough coins to buy them back. Unfortunately, if you don't have the coins, you can't buy the players back. You've got to find the coins. So what you've got to go do here in this situation, Keanu is going to go loot through these buildings to try to find a stack of coins so he can bring his team back.
Now, in regard to those revival points,
he's in storm right now, so he's trying to survive storm damage while looting buildings. The nice thing about being in the storm, though, no one's going to be looking for him necessarily in the storm, so he's got a chance to find the loot he needs, but it's not looking good for his team at this point with 0 kills. Phallus is going to need some location to get loot, and there's a great vending machine there available, but there's just no loot to bring the team back. And so we're going to go see.
We got a showdown here, 11 to 10.
Team 10. Oh, we talked about Trey. Trey came back, just went back out of the game again. Oh, no, there he is. Trey's there. So Trey came back from that flank maneuver that they did earlier. They brought him back, and now they're in it here against Team 10. We've got Trey and Shavar over here on Gin Oaks, and we got
11 holding down the house.
Oh, we got a 3-on-2. That was a good move. Exotic trying to take off, but we get the team boy. Okoa Free is out. We got the JA Mobsters, Jamaican Mobsters, and Shavar with that triple kill.
We got Side just chilling on the freeway here.
Saika looking here as Inosuke is using the vending machine. I don't know what they're buying there, but interested to see if they bought a sniper rifle there. I just haven't seen any sniper rifles in this round. Have these teams decided not to use snipers, or have they not found them? That'll be the interesting.
I'm telling you, Team Uvita definitely put their mark in the last one by just focusing on getting the kills right here. So I think all these teams are now focusing on pure kills. All right, we are here on Sunside. This right here is your ideal spot for sniper rifles. So if you're a sniper, land on Sunside. And also, it is a great open place, and it's also great working on your tan if you want to get darker. I know I'm already as dark as possible, but I don't mind getting dark as well.
Well, I don't tan, so I probably should stay out of Sunside. So I just turn red, and that's about it. So we can see Milionario using VSX. And so we did one of our interviews.
Take out Team 6.
I'm going to you after this. But in one of our interviews, we heard some strategy advice. And you got to listen to these interviews because we get some of the insights from some of North America's best influencers on how to play, what weapons to use. And one of those weapons was used right there, the VSS. That is a great gun for this board. Not just the Barrett Sniper, the M82B, but that VSS-X, especially the poison one, is brutal on a board like this with so much open ground to get pot shots off on people.
And it is great because it is hard for you to be located with VSS because it is, I believe, muffled. It has a silencer on it. So it is a great sniping weapon to use, especially in an open map like this.
Well, and the great thing about the VSX, it comes with a scope. So it's a gun that comes with a scope. It uses readily available ammo. You can get a lot of ammo for it because I believe it uses small ammo for the submachine gun. But you can get a high amount of damage because that poison damage will add up if you get the VSS-X. And so it's a great gun to be able to shoot long range because of that scope that comes with it. And so I think that
Notice
how are some good options to use in the game when looking for that.
So I don't know if you noticed, but Lighter was trying to get out of dodge there. I think he's going to try to revive his team, but I don't know if it's possible, especially with the map being a lot smaller this time. But it looks like he's going to regroup as Team 5 and Team 1 are getting closer together as well.
Grenade from Abreu. He goes down, but he did a nice little bit of damage there behind those glue walls. Unfortunately, it does not save his life, but this nice grenade shot.
Oh, look at this. We still have Mighty Ducks. Mighty Ducks is still holding the edge right there next to the zone.
We got PFS here. We got David and Flo still in it. But you've got your Mighty Ducks, Team 5 here. They're holding down edge, like you said. They've got the building here. We got Sauron. We got Sauron over here. They've got a good chance here This is close range quarters because there's no real opportunity for long range weapons in that walled militia building, group of buildings.
So I'm wondering if Keanu is gonna. I'm wondering if Keanu is gonna wait for Team 5 to advance, because if Team 5 advances, that gives Keanu a chance to move closer.
I think Kage is hiding right there. He's just gonna wait it out. He's gonna let those two teams fight it out. Hope the other two teams fight it out, and he's gonna come out and try to pick up the kill, maybe one or two.
He's gonna try to get the points.
Get as high up. Yeah, he's already got his team in the top 5. Booyah is down. And so we got the Mighty Ducks. Mighty Ducks with 3 kills. They lost Mr. Up Top, but they still got 3 players left with 10 left in the match and 4 teams. So they do hold a player advantage along with the CDM team over the other squads.
I'll tell you what, they are definitely going to get a lot of points just based on their place alone. Ooh, that is a nice gun.
Ooh. Fandyvale right there.
VSX.
Hurt Shavar. Yeah.
Notice you see more players in the VSX.
Yeah, they're embracing the VSX, the VSSX. That definitely.
Baby Duck is down.
That slow poison damage. There goes Baby Duck. Millionario. They have been going at it the whole 3 rounds so far. Those two teams have just been
Millionario
going after it. Yeah, he is.
Millionario is going crazy with that VSX. He is just up on open field. But you know what? He's going to run into it.
He's not behind a glue wall. No, he's not even behind a glue wall. He's just up there, just peppered away, using elevation, taking care of business.
He's trying to get the
kills.
points.
He's up to 5 kills so far. That's great. Great use of the VSX.
This team has a total of 9 kills, which is very high.
Oh, he's gonna.
All right, he brings another down. 6 kills.
Beautiful.
Killing spree.
All right, let's see here. All right, we got Sauron. Where is Keanu? Keanu finally goes down. He was behind Shavar over there. He finally goes down on the edge of the map.
Oh,
but
down goes Millionario.
In 3rd place, and we got a Booyah! Good job. Nicely done.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of this 3rd match.
The Mighty Ducks.
The Mighty Ducks.
Good job. Sauron is the MVP of that squad, but I would have to say Millionario continued to deliver point after point for his team through getting those kills, and I think they ended up with 2nd place and with a lot of elimination. So I think they're going to be happy with where they come out on that score. And these two teams, the Mighty Ducks and Millionario's team, they've been battling from the beginning of the game and the last 3 games. And so good job for that Booyah, Mighty Ducks. Welcome to Alpine.
Millionario was going out strong. The storm was pushing, but he got that VSX. He didn't even need a glue wall. He was just going, you know what? I'm just going to go out and I'm just going to go boom, 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 boom with this VSX. And I'm going to take a couple of guys down with me. And that's exactly what he did. But congratulations to the Mighty Ducks.
Problem is there, he probably didn't have many glue walls left. So I think he's just up there just peppering away those shots. Probably had that one glue wall, and that was it. And with the storm pusher, that's just not enough to cover you, because obviously he would have moved down with glue wall after glue wall. And so we're going to take a look at some replays here of this 3rd round matchup. Well, I thought we saw some great gameplay. We saw a different strategy with the VSS than we saw in the other 2 rounds. We saw some sniper organized gameplay. We saw some rush tactics and shotguns, and now we see the VSS, and we see how brutal and deadly that VSS can be.
It is definitely brutal. Well, this is what I like. They dropped in one of my favorite spots. They dropped in the Militia. Militia is an awesome place to drop. It is a great place for cover fire, and it is also a great place for short-term shooting right here. And you can see there, they just wiped that whole team right there inside the building.
Yeah, they pushed in from outside. They caught them getting ground loot. They were all together in the building. I don't think anybody was scouting outside. And what happened is the other team comes in, just wiped them all out there at the bottom of the steps. I mean, that was a quick 1, 2, 3, 4 down. They're out. So you gotta watch early in the game. There's those, I like to call them the greedy players, the ones that know they're good, so they're just gonna go steal as many kills early on. As you gotta watch out for those greedy and aggressive teams, and make sure that you're not the ones that they're gonna get quick eliminations from. And unfortunately, that happened there. And well, I think we got some more replays for you. Another replay here for you from this match. And really, it's what we talked about, Delsol, Millionario.
Milionario. If I were to pick a personal MVP just for this match alone, I would have picked Milionario right there. He was at 8 kills. I believe he finished at 10. At how many kills? He finished at a lot of kills around that time. But he was knocking people down, especially from my Mighty Ducks.
8 kills because he gets Shavar next. He had to get 7 or 8 kills there in that matchup.
Yes.
And really, if you look at his glue walls, he only had 1 glue wall left. That's why I could see it there at the bottom of the screen. He only had that 1 glue wall left.
And notice he was just picking people apart before he even used it.
Yeah, he was just using it and abusing it until somebody turned and fired at him. And unfortunately, he just didn't have enough to come down that hill when you had a full squad down there. We're gonna take a look at the MVP of round 3. I've been kind of surprised with who the MVPs have been. So, it is Milionario. He got 6.
Milionario.
There we go, Milionario. Good job, Milionario. Way to use that VSSX and show people how important it is. You know, you don't always have to have the big sniper. That VSS with that sniper scope on it that you get as ground loot can be brutal, and Milionario showed you how that can be. And I think you're going to find that some of our influencers think that is the best gun for Alpine right now. And so, although I might think if you're a double sniper player, just fighting 2 snipers and utilize them will be a good strategy. For others, they're going to use the VSS and they're going to use it effectively. Delsol, can you take us through the standings? Where do we look after 3 rounds?
All right, so let's see where we are at. Mighty Ducks all the way up to first place, and that Booyah really set them up there. Uvita Sport still at 39, ANX at 35, JA Mobsters at 33, Lions at 28, and so on. So Mighty Ducks, I knew it. All I had to do was call y'all out, and y'all shot up to the top. But are y'all going to keep the strategy, or are y'all going to change strategy?
In that round, so Uvita Sport was not on the field to play in that group. So fortunately, it helped Mighty Ducks get up and higher in the board. So I think they've been on the field 3 times. We'll probably see them take a break here in a bit. But we can see the top 7 teams are really pretty tight, though. It could be anybody's game there in the top 7. And we still have a couple of teams that have an opportunity, especially if they had to sit out at one of those rounds as a different group. And so as we look at these standings, we've got something special for you. We've got an interview with one of our influencers here to get you excited and tell you more about this map.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Full Frontage, Dadventurer and Delsol. So good to be with you guys again, and I'm excited for this tournament. It's awesome. Love it.
All right, Full Frontage, man. It's good to see you again, man. It's been a while. However, Full Frontage, I know that you got access to this map. I know that you got to travel around. You got to see the places. So I have a question for you. What did you like about this map? What do you like about Alpine so far?
I'm loving Alpine. Right now, one of the biggest things that stands out to me is compared to the other 3 maps have a city in the middle of it. Alpine actually does not. It's just completely open ground. There's some houses here and there, but outside of that, it is mainly just an open ground with sheds, no big cities, and I actually like that. It really creates for a lot of strategy and rotation because you really just need to rotate around in the first couple shrink zones, and then once you get down to the last, it's really going to be up to whether you're alone, with the duo, or with the squad. It's going to be up to how you play and rotate and get those fights at the end game.
I like that. I like that. So it involves a little more skill here and there, and it's definitely something that we're different from compared to Bermuda or Kalahari. So it seems like you already answered this, but what do you think is the map's unique trait?
Yeah, I think definitely having that, no city in the middle is the map's unique trait. The other 3 maps in the game do have a city. This one does not, and I personally love that. I hope they introduce more maps like this down the line, and maybe... I don't know. It's exciting. It's exciting. I love the strategy behind it.
Cool. Do you like the scenery, by the way?
What's up?
Do you like the scenery of the map, by the way?
Oh, yeah. What is it? Snowfall. In Snowfall, the top left corner of the map. It was one of my favorite spots, so.
Nice. All right, go ahead, Kyle.
That's great. And one of the cool things about getting to know you personally, as we've gotten to play Free Fire and work together, is that you had your own big gaming highlights along with Free Fire as Alpine comes out after a 4-year celebration. It's coming into this winter. We had this amazing Xmas challenge, this Xmas time, and then we got this new map. So what were some of the highlights for you personally in the Free Fire world in 2021? And then maybe what are you excited about for 2022 as the game just continues to grow and expand?
I would say my highlight moment for 2021 was definitely the 4-year anniversary event out in Vegas. It was so cool being with influencers and celebrating Free Fire's 4th anniversary. And it's not every day you get to help break our world record, you know, with the projection on the side of a hotel on the Las Vegas Strip. Like, that is just absolutely insane. So that was definitely my highlight of 2021 for Free Fire.
That's great. That was a highlight for me as well, and I know that was one of the best parts of the trip. So, Delsol, what are some other thoughts you have to ask about?
Well, you know, in regard to that Las Vegas trip for the 4th anniversary, I know we all drove some cars, but full frontage, what car did you drive?
I drove the Corvette, man. That was prime to drive. Yep.
Sick, man. And it's funny because, like, some of us, you know, when we went, we've never even been to Vegas. So, like, in a way, we were kind of just discovering this whole new map in ourselves. And you know what? We were our own little squad as well. You know, we had our little Free Fire squad. So, y'all are definitely my squad for life. So, I have another question in regards to this map here. So you've gotten a chance to play with this map. You've gotten a chance to discover new things. So, like, what was your favorite landing zone and why? Why this particular landing zone?
So I have a couple of favorite ones, and I'm trying to decide which one is actually my favorite. One is actually Blueville, which is where I'll be landing in the tournament, coincidentally enough, so excited about that. That's and nice. I like Blueville because it's like one of the furthest points on the map, so it really sets you up to be able to kind of rotate where you see fit and not really get caught in between two teams fighting. You're really far out there, so it really sets you up for whether you're playing solo or with the team, sets you up for a nice rotation going into the later parts of the game. So that's why it's one of my favorites. And then I would say my favorite hot drop spot is base camp. It's closer to the middle of the map, so you just get in. There's a few buildings there that I like to loot, and it's kind of towards the middle of the map. And then if you go up that hill that's to the left of it, where all like the solar panels are, there's some pretty good loot up there. So if I'm feeling like a hot drop and want some intense action, I go to base camp. If I'm feeling like playing slow ball, I'll go to Blueville.
Right. That's great. Right. I mean, that's some really good insight on where to land, especially for those who just like to get into the heat of it, get into the action, you land base camp and get into it. If not, if you want the strategy, if you want to play for those points, especially in ranked Free Fire, land down in Blueville and just work your way around the map. Those are some good strategies as we help people. What would be the biggest thing you're looking for as Alpine comes to Free Fire? What do you think it's going to bring to the community of Free Fire, the survivors at large?
I think it's awesome to have a new map. And last time we had a new map introduced to the game, it was Bermuda Remastered, with the graphical updates, some of the overdue of the cities in the map. And I'm excited we're getting a new map. And hopefully this kind of sets the game up. And I think this will, for the community long term, as Free Fire potentially introduces more maps down the line. And I think this is a really good strategy for it. And I wouldn't be surprised. I'm kind of hoping next map, boats come into the game and it's 2 separate islands and you have to travel across with boats. So I think that'd be pretty cool for the future, and that's just kind of what's in my head right now.
All right, that's awesome.
I agree. I'd love to see some boats.
Hey man, but thank you for stopping by, answering some questions for Alpine, man. We miss you, bro. We hope to see you again soon, bro. And you know, we'll keep in touch.
Absolutely.
All right, we hope you love that interview with Full Frontage. He's of Team Liquid, one of the biggest esports organizations in the entire world, and I think we're soon to be in Free Fire, and they're going to be playing in Brazil. And so just watch what Full Frontage is doing in this gameplay. You're going to see one of the pros at mobile games, mobile battle royales, on the field with his team, showing you some proper strategies and how to approach this new map, Alpine, in a way to work together as a team to get wins. So listen to what he's saying, watch the gameplay. It's exciting to know him personally and to see that gameplay here. Delsol, as we move back in, we see which teams have kind of moved to the top. Now we're halfway through today's stream. We got different groups of teams coming and going. We're going to see some different makeups. Some other teams are going to start playing, and other teams are going to take a few games off. What do you think as we see the combinations of teams? How do you think teams are going to adjust to strategies of having brand new teams come into these latter 3 matches?
Well, Dadventure, I got to tell you, with other teams coming in, it's just going to be hard to get used to. So my advice to them is to basically just watch your back at all times, to make sure that you know your surroundings, and to make sure that you're in an area where you're in good building space, where you can hide behind buildings, hide behind walls, and where you also have a great vantage point. And Dadventure, what would you say would be a good spot to drop if that were the case, if you needed somewhere to drop with a good vantage point?
Oh, if you needed somewhere to drop with a good vantage point, I think Militia is a good place to drop. Personally, if you want to be centralized, but not have to worry about getting hit with a sniper from long range, I think it's a great place to go. You've got all those walls, you've got those buildings. It's a great place to kind of camp, put some scouts out, see where people are approaching, slow play the day. But you got to make sure if you don't get the right gear in Militia, you could be at a disadvantage because you're not moving from location to location and you're not getting new gear and ground loot. So as long as the ground loot cooperates when you land in Militia, I think it's a great place to get in. The other one would be Rivermouth. There's plenty of buildings, there's plenty of wall space there to protect you. I would say Snowfall, but Snowfall is always a hot drop when we're playing this now. So I think because it's got the snow and it's new, I think eventually Snowfall may not be as hot a drop maybe in 6 months, but right now you would probably want to avoid Snowfall and play this map if you don't want to be in.
And if you took a look, earlier, Dadventure, you would see that all these teams, they spread out even more than the last few games. They're more spread out. It is definitely going to be a time for them to get the equipment that they need, get the defense that they need, and get the weapons that they need. And as the storm moves closer, we'll see these teams push in more. We are currently located here at the dock, known for various ramps and slopes. Useful to take cover and deny vision from your opponents.
This is a one with, if you want to land on the edge of the map, and you talked about similar to Militia, this is one that's got so many things to hide behind. Those barricades and all these different crates. This is a great place to land. Now, in this competition, our teams have been given designated landing spots. Some of those teams have a choice between one or the other, but they kind of spread them out was the goal, to give them a chance to get the gear they needed, to see the map, and so we can get a good look at all the locations, such as Snowfall, such as the dock, and we can see that as we move around the map. So we're getting a good look at Alpine over 2 days so that you can fall in love with this map like we already have. And so see some of the influencers play, see how they strategize and approach this map. And of course, right here, this is such a beautiful location here in Snowfall with these panels inside. It just looks like the designers did an extra job of taking care of making things just look really attractive for this game. And so I think it's well done. As you see, Snowfall is just so beautiful.
And I've also heard that it's one of the best places to get good equipment. But also, if you head straight to the store, be beware that everyone will want a piece of that loot.
Right, yeah. So there's a store here, and if you go to the store here, there's a chance that when people are landing in Snowfall, everybody's going to get their coins, go to the store, and get better gear, and a lot of quick engagement is going to happen at that store in your ranked and classic gameplay. So we're not going to see it so much here as teams going to land here and really kind of don't have to worry about in the first minute or two a team showing up. And so far, I don't think many teams are going to push Snowfall as a position here. We can see down there at Fusion, we see Team 5, but we do see that Team 8 is pushing Team 11. We got Sweat and Jordan, Rojito and Black pushing the KDA squad and K&D squad here with Trey, and they're going to go right at it real quick here. That's an aggressive move here by this
down goes
team.
Rojito.
See how that works out. Oh, but
They're advancing towards each other. And again, they're using the VSS right here. It is a very effective tool, very effective weapon. But this is all blue zone. Notice that if you drop in a blue zone, then you are expected to go into war because everyone's going to be looting around this area. And in this case, it was Team 8 and Team 11.
Team pushed hard. Now they're backing out. Sweat took off. He left his buddy there. Jordan was still fighting against Team 11, and as Sweat took off. So I would have to think there was some communication there that Jordan took one for the team and basically told Sweat, go buy us back. So Sweat's heading to buy his team back, where the other one was able to give him enough separation. It doesn't look like anyone's following, so Sweat's probably going to be able to bring at least one, if not the whole team back.
And right now we are looking at Team 7 and Team 1 battling out at the solar panels. Again, that VSS into play.
It seems like the VSS is definitely the strategy that has been adopted here as of Game 4. Finding the VSSX. I just haven't seen a lot of snipers in ground loot. We just haven't seen much sniper ground loot. We've seen a lot of woodpeckers. We've seen a lot of VSS and VSSX, but I haven't seen a lot of snipers. I think I've seen one sniper so far used, and so it's been a hard go on to utilize snipers in a map really designated for snipers, because they're either not buying them or they're just really trying to get those kills so quickly that they're not taking enough time to find them in the map.
Well, let's see. Maybe we'll start seeing snipers later, but so far the focus is the VSS, which is the weapon of choice in this game so far. So right now, not only do y'all, this is one thing that's also interesting about Alpine, ladies and gentlemen. Alpine is very environmentally friendly. Not only do they have windmills, but they also have solar panels. What do you have to say about that, Dadventure?
I think it's very environmentally friendly. I like the subtlety of the environmentally friendly here. So I've never actually seen a solar wind farm in real life. I've seen a wind farm and a solar farm, but this is kind of a unique bend here. So very well done. What I like about it is it's sitting atop a hill, which generally speaking is got this kind of beautiful view over the entire island if you're up there. And so if you just want to play Free Fire and look at some good scenery, you can do that too by going up to the solar wind farm.
All right, take note, guys. The place where Sweat was at, he was located inside the basketball court. I got a chance to navigate through that basketball court, and it is looter's paradise as Henry is breaking down the wall to take down Team 5. Let's see if he can do it.
This is your Mighty Ducks.
And they
Baby Duck's down. Sauron is
down
with Sharon.
We got 5 and 3 going on at it.
Eliminated at 10. I think they're going to pick up 1 point there, but not anymore. So they're definitely not going to stay atop the leaderboard with that quick elimination.
That will affect their rankings, definitely.
Nice. Sweat was able to use Skylar's ability and knock down the glue wall of his opponent. And now the Piggy Gang is out. So now we're down 8 teams. We went from 11 teams to 8 teams super quick right there, Delsol.
And this is going by very fast. This is going by at a fast-paced action. And notice how they all started out far apart, but now it is all going down as they start getting closer.
Now we've got they brought their teammate back. He's coming back into the game. So Team 9 will have all 4 players again. As we look over here in just outside of the danger zone in Forest Red, we've got USA. They've kind of struggled with some early eliminations in the other games. I think they've fared, pretty decently. They need a big scoring game here and a high finish. I think the Team USA here, Mr. Fig's team with Sharon, Henry, and Altair. Looks like Altair might be one of their subs they brought in, maybe to change up their gameplay a little bit. And so we'll see how that goes. Maybe that'll be an advantage for them as they are currently in the top 8.
So right now we are at your favorite location, Dadventure. We are at Forest Red. We got Team 3 going away from Forest Red.
You can see why it's my favorite as they run up the hill right here. This is why it's my favorite. Just look at that view. It is beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes I get killed just looking at the map. That's not good. I need to talk to developers. Don't make things so beautiful. I forget to play the game. But
as long as you do it in classic mode.
To play in such a beautiful game. Yeah, that's right. It's in classic mode.
Just don't do it in rank.
All right, so they're going to come up here, probably loot this. I don't know if there's any loot here. I think we had some teams fighting here earlier, potentially, and so they're going to move up here. Mr. Fig's going to move up here. Mr. Fig is one of our North American influencers. Great influencer. I enjoy playing Mr. Fig. Always a good time. His skill level super high, and so I love having him on my team because you know he's going to get some kills, and it's always going to help the team out. And so it's fun to play Mr. Fig.
All right, we got Team USA with 4 kills. We got Team 2 and Team 6 near each other. And let's see, is Team 2 going to go towards? No, it looks like they're going away from Team 6.
So
Team 6 is going to stay looting there in that area.
Look at Team 6 just kind of watching that. They're watching them. Are they going to engage? No. They
might be low on loot.
Maybe they're low on loot. Maybe they're just going to wait and see. I don't. They have the advantage of not being exposed here behind these walls. I think they're just going to hold edge of circle and let Team 2 work around.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to avoid confrontation at this point, because at this point, I think what Team 6 wants to focus on is getting higher in the rankings right now.
It looks like since they don't have any kills, that's probably the strategy. Although with that VSSX, I probably would have encouraged my team to do a little bit more damage and try to knock one of those down and out in that as they were traveling in zone. And we talked about there, when we talk about like circle rotation, that team 2 was rotating, and part of them were in the storm, taking storm damage, but knowing there's more likely that they're not going to engage. And they really did resist engagement there because they were so far
dropping into the action as Team 1 is zoning in to Team 10.
All right, we see one of our influencers down in the corner down there as we see a quadra kill here from David.
And they're going to take this guy out. And there we go. Team 1 wipes out Team 10.
Been eliminated. And look at this, 8 kills for PFS here. Team David has his quadra kill. David has his quadra kill. Looks like everybody's got a kill on that team. As we see, we move into Milionario versus Shavar. And we saw this at the end of the last round. We're just kind of in the middle of the game, picking up right where we left off at the end of the last round.
Here you go. 4 and 11 are going in on each other right here. Milionario, MVP of the last match.
Okay, you'll notice that every time we see Trey is rushing as fast as possible. And so Trey is a rush player. No question, Trey is a rush player. He rushes in there. He does damage. We've always seen in every engagement, for the most part, we've seen K&D, Shavar sitting back, peppering shots down and doing damage. And what happens is, you see it right here, that strategy is a good strategy. They've got a glue wall circle here, allowing him to bring his team up. They were able to push. JA Mobsters here were able to push. He was able to get some damage. I think they got elimination there. And then Shavar was able to do enough damage to get his players back up into the game. And I think
that was smart. Great strategy in regards to support. However, let's see what Team 9 does, as they are currently holding that building in defense.
Milionario with that VSSX.
Milionario.
It's down to him and Fan DeVale.
4 and 11 are advancing. However, 9 is still holding the building, but eventually they're going to have to move out of there as the storm advances.
So we see Milionario and K&D Shavar doing similar strategies here for their teams. And we've seen that Trey here is a rush tactic person. The question is, can he get up the hill? And it looks like the storm just took him out.
And it was a mixture of the storm and Milionario.
Yeah. Wow.
Right. We got Arlie's G right here. And on Exotic, moving on to Milionario.
This is a 4-person push versus Milionario. Milionario's got he's taking off. He's like,
so if I were Milionario, I just hold back. I just stay right there and I just play the rank right there. As we can let Team 3 and Team 9 duke it out. And we are here at Sunside. Time to get that tan.
The Sunside, the thing I like these maps with like Sunside where they have the houses, but the problem with Sunside is so open. You are ripe for getting shot from the hillside or up by one of those windmills. You can see from that door there. You can see that windmill. You can be shot from that windmill. The danger about Sunside is there's not really anywhere that's completely safe from an outside sniper shot. So I don't prefer Sunside at all for camping. I think it's a move through location for me. I think if you're one of these teams in the middle, if you've got good teams on the outside, they are going to drain you of your med kits. They're going to drain you of your ability to heal. And I think you're seeing that here as Team 3 is just taking damage after damage from from these two teams that are pushing it. And I don't know, they obviously got one back from the store. Sharon's fallen in. Maybe that addition of Sharon's going to help them as Fig is backing out. But it looks like being in there exposed in Sunside is not one of the places that I would land a lot. I would come through this location to get loot.
And if you're dropping in right there and you don't even have any loot, you better get his loot as fast as possible because you are going to get shot.
You can see how was it Dan's here is getting shot from way off on the hillside because this is just there's so many exposed interiors of buildings with the angles, and so a good sniper is going to utilize the angles. If you're playing against a team in Sunside, just get up on the hillside, get your team to get different angles, make sure that you watch your flanks and just pepper them with shots, and you're going to get some easy team wipes as they're just going to run out of equipment to stay alive.
All right, we got Altair dropping back in from Team 3. Team 3 is doing really good at reviving all their players right now, and that is very crucial. That is very crucial with your support team right there. Oh, we got Team 4 over there. I believe. Is he the only one, or is Milionario still alive?
I think Milionario is down. I think he got Pingu back, and that was it. Ooh, nice grenade on David.
Now they are gone.
PDM is down.
So we are down to teams 1 and 3.
Killing spree.
We got Fig's team here. Fig goes down, but they brought a player back again.
Sharon is back. Sharon is coming down.
Sharon is not going to be able to take this team wipe from the sky. So
there's no way.
Get a Booyah here. And
Sharon is down and got down from the sky.
Ooh, yeah, nice job. I think they brought back like 7 guys there.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the match and the Booyah.
La Bahia. This is a team that was in the Pro Series, I believe, and did quite well. I think they got into the finals of the Pro Series, if I remember correctly. And so, good job for this team. Abreu,
and I gotta say,
D4KZ, David, and Flo.
I gotta say, PFS was doing really, really, really good this round. What I noticed was good strategy. They were very patient when they were in that map. They picked their spots, and then as they advanced more towards the center, they got more aggressive.
Right. They got that Booyah. Nice job, La Bahia. So we've seen now four different rounds, Del Sol, 4 different Booyahs. How do you feel about that? Are you surprised that we have a different team each time, or do you think the competition level is just that high where we're going to see different team take the crown each time?
I think the competition level is that high. I think these teams are hungry, and each game that passes through, these teams are changing strategies. So you're going to get a pretty high chance of a different winner in each team. But like I said, it doesn't matter like who wins each game. What matters is who accumulates all those points for the grand total.
Yeah. No, I would agree with you. I think we're going to see multiple teams take the Booyahs, especially as we move forward, these 18 teams. Let's take a look at one of these replays we got here of this match and see some of this gameplay recapped here. As we see Milionario over on the side. Now we can see that there's still 3 players left from Team 11. Milionario's up the hill with his VSSX. They got Fan DeVale down there. Milionario gets that down on the 1 player. Shavar is actually leaving. It looks like Shavar is going to get picked off, I think, by Team 9. And then Trey comes up here, a couple poison shots from the VSX, and that storm damage, and they're out. The VSX is becoming, to me, the meta. This is what you should, and the meta just means that's what you should be playing. You got to find the VSX. It is definitely the meta. It's showing up over and over and over again. I think for me, that's going to be my strategy moving forward. I'm going to find me a VSSX to play this map.
And we are going here to another replay, and this is where everything started closing in, and we are seeing people going down. And again, the VSS at play again, and people are just going down thanks to this damaging weapon.
Now you got Pingu there, you can see. And what we said here about these buildings, they're just so exposed. There's these big giant windows. You're not safe in that building. And David drops down, he comes around, of course, he's gonna use that shotgun and deliver some quick into that player, get that kill, get a point for his team. So I think we're going to see that if you're going to be a camper, you got to camp somewhere with not so many windows, and maybe especially towards that ending round there. So that's kind of where we're at on the replay. We're going to see the scores here shortly as we look after this next replay, and we can see that at the end here, this is right as I think we get close to the last few teams, and we got David taking down Altair. For me, this is a moment where you just have Sharon pop back. You had player after player after player coming back into the game, which kept it going. But it also just gave a lot of eliminations to that team that was in first place. So
take note. The more that were coming back, they were coming back to very open areas. So it was very prone for them to get shot once they dropped in. Because not only when they drop in, they have to find loot. It's very hard to find loot in areas like that. So you are very prone to being knocked down.
Yeah, it's hard to fly in because the parachutes don't go quick, and you don't come in with weapons enough to kill anyone. So you've got to find that. And unfortunately, there for Sharon, it just wasn't going to be the final thing. All it did really was ultimately give the other team another kill. The strategy might be, though, Delsol, is if the points were tight, you don't bring that player back. You just let your team get killed there because you essentially are giving the team that they're playing against, you're giving them an extra point. Which, if this was the final game, you don't bring that player back. You just let him die. Exactly. and don't give that team an extra player in a close tournament. I don't think the points between those two teams are close enough to matter. But in true strategy format, if you're going to bring players back, you also got to realize if you don't get a team wipe, you're giving your points to them, which may actually cost you in the long run a tournament place. I'd hate to see that team lose by 1 point and then they go back. We should have never brought Sharon back. But that sometimes is a strategy you have to think about even before the final day of the competition.
All right, now I believe we are going to present the second part of the gift code. I did it last time, Dadventure. Would you like to take the honors this time of presenting the second part of the gift code?
I'll be glad to. We're going to give you 4 more characters in the gift code. As soon as we get them, we'll give them to you. They're going to show up on screen. 4A, J8. 4A is in Adam, J is in John, 8 is in the number 8, obviously. You're going to add those to the 4 that we gave you previous, and then we're going to give you 4 more later on in the stream, and all 12 of those, all caps, you'll put into reward.ff.garena.com/EN, and you'll put those in there. You're going to go and register. For me, I go and put my Facebook in, log in, I put the code in, and you get some free items in the game. You want to do it because free is free. It's great. And with this new map Alpine, you want all the cool gear that comes along with it. So go ahead and put your code in and make sure you get the free gear as we look at the MVP for this round, round 4.
And who is it? MVP goes to David with a kill of 10.
10 kills. Wow. I think he could thank Sharon for that. So final kill from Sharon would put him with a 10. But 10 kills, that's better than we've seen so far. We think we had Bestia with 9 earlier. So that's our top round kill leader. David has put up the highest score of anyone so far. But 10, I mean, how often do you put up 10 kills in a match, Delsol?
That's when I'm playing with bots. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, 10 kills in a match. Pretty rare. But he was able to do it. So big ups to David. Congratulations on your 10 kills. Perfect 10.
Yeah, way to work together. And what I loved about that team there at the end is they were really tightly together as you looked at their little number bubbles. They didn't spread all out. They stayed together, and we're seeing that teams that stay together at the end of the match, they're winning. The teams that are spread out or only have a couple of guys, they're really just holding for position points. They're not able to have the firepower or the strategy of working together to get the win. Those teams that got 3 or 4 guys together at the end are taking each of those final circles, and we're seeing it every time. So the strategy that we can learn from as we watch some of these influencer-based teams, which we know have high-level players in international competition on them, is stay together. Work together as a team. Don't play apart, because when we see teams spread out, we see teams die. They get eliminated from the game. And so the teams that are staying together, playing together, are really, I think, Delsol ending up to be on the top of the leaderboard more so than not.
And I agree with that, Dadventure. I definitely agree with that. So let's see what effect this has. Let's take it to the table and let's see where these stats are. All right, Dadventure, lay it on us. What do we got?
Woo. we got La Bahia with a Booyah, now with 53 points. So that's a change. The Mighty Ducks there did well. Or they got eliminated, I think, early, which kept them from really, they got 1 point there. So they kind of stalled in that match, whereas La Bahia took the advantage of getting that Booyah and going up there. We know La Bahia is one of the best teams we've seen in the Pro Series, as they ended up, I think, in the finals there on that last day. So that's a good team. We see some other teams on the list that we know are good teams. We haven't seen a lot of these teams because they're playing in groups, so not every team has played an equal amount so far. So day 2, we're going to see the standings really get fleshed out as teams get more equal time on the field. They're going to balance out a little more. So don't worry if your favorite team is a little bit farther down the list. They may not have played as much as some of these teams at the top who are gaining these scores, but I'm a little surprised that Lions are down that far. I thought Lions was going to, especially after that game 2 Booyah, that they would be up higher. I don't know if they played. They didn't play in that round, so they didn't have a chance to get any points. I think we're going to see them climb up there. But I'm excited to see what some of these teams down there. YouTube Gods, a little surprising to me. I would have thought they'd be a little higher up in Tokyo and esports, but I don't think they've had as many games yet as some of the others. So, but I think well done by La Bahia. The JA Mobsters, look at that, 42 points of Vita Sport, 39 points Del Sol. Both of those, neither of them with Booyahs. Look at Cartel de Medellin, also, and a Koa Free, and those still no Booyahs, but they're not far out of the lead.
Again, it goes back to the whole kill point system. You know, the more kills you get, the higher you're going to place. If you win, sure, that's going to get you a lot of points, but the more kills from each team, the higher. And eventually, if you kill enough, you're eventually going to get a Booyah, and it's going to even add even more points, which will bump you higher to the list. But La Bahia, they did a really good job. They were very, very skillful. They picked their spots. They knew what to do. And not only that, they had a great support team, and they had a great teamwork going on. And not only that, they also communicated with each other very well, and that helped elevate them to the top.
Right, yeah, and so we can see here, we're already well into this tournament on day 1, but there's 2 days. So there's 2 days of competition. There's lots of rounds to come. Every team still has a chance to get in it because, of course, not every team has been fielded equally so far as the rest. And so I think some of those teams we've seen in every round. We're probably going to start seeing some of those teams less and see some of these other teams more. And so I think the points are going to balance out. And so day 2, when we get there, is going to be exciting, Del Sol, because I think we're going to see a better balance of points. And I think for the most part, it's going to be any of about maybe 10 or 11 teams are going to have a real shot at still taking the championship here on Alpine Discovery. What do you think?
I think the adventure, like, just having the first night here has invigorated these teams to be more pumped up, more psyched, more excited. And I believe what happens here lays the foundation of what's going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow will be even more pumped, will be even more exciting, because these teams are going to know what to expect this time, especially in Alpine. The more they get to play this map, the more they get educated about it, the more tips that they create. They are going to take Alpine to the next level, especially tomorrow.
Right. And these teams, as they're getting hit with that VSS, they're going to all be looking for it. So
I'm pretty sure I'm going to see the VSS
down
tomorrow.
One after another with that VSS. And hopefully some of them are going to figure out how to go and get the snipers, because we know that the snipers come traditionally at the blue drop zone, the hot zone. And so you've got to get there to get the snipers. But if you're not landing there and it's not anybody's landing location, you've got to find your way to that blue drop zone. We see it on the other side of the map. That's where you're going to usually find some good snipers to start the game, or you're going to have to go get it from crates. We've watched a lot of teams run by the crates that drop and not go after them, which means a lot less snipers on the field of play. I think some of these teams, especially moving into this later games, game 5, game 6, and day 2, are going to have to go get those snipers to position themselves differently as they enter into engagements.
Right, we are here with Team ANX. Let's see if they can get back up to the board, and they are dropping in a very, very good area. They are in Fusion, which is a great place for looting, but please be aware that the terrain is treacherous. You wouldn't want to take your 2-wheel drive truck there. You will definitely need a 4-wheel drive.
We can see Slade FF here going to get his loot. Looks like he's got a shotgun here. Shotgun and SMG, probably what he's found so far.
All right.
Oh, we've
already seen some action between 12 and 9.
Quick action on 12 and 9.
Yes.
This would be the fastest action right away. It looks like they just push right out of the gate.
They're just swimming away right now. So Team 9 is going to take time to regroup. They're obviously going to try to find a buy station or a revive point. Also, guys, take note on revival point for those that have never played Free Fire. Revival points are great. They bring your whole team back. But please be aware, if you're in a revival spot, it is risky because other teams can sense when you're near. And once a team senses you're near a revival spot, they will go after you and they will take you down.
Well, a beacon of light goes up when you start a revival spot, which basically it's like a bat signal to tell everybody, hey, come over here. We're reviving our friend. So it really says it's a time of weakness. And so it looks like Team 9 might have landed out of position or at least landed close to vantage and, took a risk there. And it wasn't probably well played out or thought out there. You can see that Team 3 is moving. It looks like Team 3 is moving towards Team 9. Maybe they saw that signal go up on the revival point. And so it looks like Team 2 here is moving towards Team 11 here in Railroad. We've seen Railroad be a place where people go down quick. So we'll be interested to see if these two teams engage in Railroad or if looks like the YouTube team was able to move themselves up the hill.
Well, Team 9 being advantaged is actually very advantageous, huh? No pun intended. It's very advantageous because it is an island separated, so they can see if the other team is trying to advance on them. So right now, I believe Team 9, not only was there a revival point, but there was also a buy station there. So they're going to focus on trying to revive their team and bring back and come back strong. So right now, we are currently here with Team Foul, and they are along with, here we see Team 7 and 8, and they are located here in a blue drop zone where they are going to find the best loot. Are we going to see a sniper here? I don't know, maybe not, but we do see action going on right now.
Okay, Team Phallus here we see have made a change. We've got Tri-Smoke, we've got Keanu, we've got JR, we got Sasha, and we got Dead Inside. Looks like they've subbed out one of their teammates to maybe give them a bit better opportunity moving forward. They haven't had the best scores so far. And I know there's some good players in that team, so we'll see how they can approach this one here as looks like Team 8 is pushing in, or Team 7 is pushing in on them. Ooh, Keanu goes down. Kathy gets him on the flank there.
They are definitely
Smoke's got a decision to make here. Do I flank? Do I run?
Looks like he's going to run. Oh, there goes someone. Someone is down.
Looks like he's going to take off. Nope, looks like he repositioned. Sasha's got the high ground.
Right, Kathy is down.
Takes Kathy down.
And again, that is the advantage of the high ground.
Right there. Ooh.
Bestia taking down people over here.
One of our MVPs from an earlier match comes in and takes the finish on Sasha.
And we got new killer leader, Uvita Sport. Uvita Sport, is there a chance they could come back to the ranking? Let's see.
Yeah, I think Dead Inside's taking off here. I don't know where Smoke ended up. Looks like Smoke might be still up there engaging. Dead Inside looks like he's going to go back and try to revive his squad. Probably the right decision to do. Uvita is kill hungry team, so they thirst those kills. They go after them quick. I would probably, if I went against them, would suggest being down 2 players to 4. It's time to go try to revive your team.
And take note, he's running away from the Blues. He's running away from the blue zone, and obviously there's a buy station near that blue zone, but he probably wants nothing to do with that buy station because he knows that people will advance towards that buy station. We are hovering over here as we see Team 3 holding down a building, and we see Team 12 not too far to the right.
Yeah, they're just positioning here. You got Bebecito there. I think they're watching Team 12. Looks like they've got it. They've got the high ground, and looks like they probably see Risen down there, and they're just going to slow play and see where this comes. You don't have to give up the high ground. They got to approach you. Whereas Dead Inside got that motorcycle, and he's out. He's got a storm. Oh, yeah. Look at this. He's got a store in the storm. Is he going to go to it? Yeah, he is.
He is going to go to it, and he's going to buy someone back.
Oh, he's going to go through it.
Oh, never mind.
It doesn't. I don't know if he's got. I don't think he's got coins. This is another one of those. I don't have enough coins to bring my team back.
Oh, he's going to that revive point right there. He's going to bring people back
here.
Yeah, he's taking a big risk being in the storm, but let's see if he can bring people back in time.
So he's gonna stay on this revive point. I don't think anyone's gonna come after him. Why would you come into the storm to come after him? Exactly. Dead Inside's got enough EP. he had full EP there, so he could let his EP go down. Then it'll hit his HP. He's probably got some med kits. He's going to get his full squad back. Really well done. Super smart strategy. Keep the team alive. Regroup. Exit the storm. They're going to come into storm. So he's just got to get himself back in. But look how far away that storm is. We've got
and
team 5.
but he had. I tell you what, Dadventurer, he has the motorcycle. So if he wants to jet out of there and go back to the center, he could use that motorcycle. But again, how long is that EP gonna last, even with the motorcycle? And he hops back on, and he is driving back.
2 teammates coming in,
guys. If y'all can
he's
keep
gonna drive up there.
All right, he has revived them. They are coming back.
Oh, right there. It's an
right
advantageous drop
spot.
Position. Drop it on a crate and loot spot. Nicely done. The team is back in play.
And they're going to come back stronger than ever.
I don't know if they saw Team 5, but Team 5 was right in front of them and really was taking a lot of damage in a battle. They hung back in the storm, and so that might be a quick kill for them to take out Grid over there.
So right now we got action between Team 12 and 4, and they are located at Rye. And Rye is nothing but open fields and haystacks. So it's very akin to like a paintball field right there. All right, we got teams 2 and 7. 7 looks like they're going to rush into 2. Might as well take them out. But 2 looks like they're running away. They look like they don't want anything to do with 7 right now, so they are going the opposite direction.
Well, you can see that Team 7's on fire. Those are our kill leaders right now. Yep. Bestia and Uvita, they have shown that they're 3 kills. It's not a ton of kills at this point. That is the early kill leader. We still have 44 players left in the game, so 3 is pretty high when you still have the majority of the people left. Ooh, Diablo is down. Trying to woodpecker. We do have Bestia with that M82B. We'll see if we can get any shots of Bestia using the M82B in this one from long range. We've seen the woodpeckers here. We can see we got influence there. Zombie. That's Zombie down there in the bottom corner. Zombie ate my bra. That's one of our influencers. Tokyo End Esports here. That's her team in the game right now. She's watching her team TE right here. As Tay K is still in the game. So that was Zombie here coaching up her team.
And Zombie is an overall great person. Estonian native, awesome person, and really cool and chill to hang out with. All right, so we are currently...
Looks like TK is going to go find a story. Oh, yeah, the store's right there.
Yes, he is.
So he'll go to the vending machine, bring some players back here. We're seeing a lot more strategy of just bringing the players back. So everybody's been pushing pretty hard, but losing players. Oh, Bebecito went down, which was one of our kill leaders in a previous game, I believe.
And that's advantageous to bring your players back, especially as the storm starts closing in. Because once that storm starts closing in, you want all your players to be there. You want your support person to be there just to revive, just to throw guns down as the storm is getting closer. But right now, we are looking at Team 9.
The Lions are down.
There you go.
Lions go out.
Bye-bye, Lions.
That is the first team out. Amazingly.
Say goodbye, Simba. Simba is gone.
At this point.
All right, here we go. We're starting to see more action as this closes in. Team 6 taking people out. We got Team 12. We got Lorby going straight into Team 6. But he goes straight into the building. Ozark with Team 4. We got a showdown between 4 and 6. And they're utilizing the house. They're jumping through windows, and they are utilizing that shotgun.
Ooh, nice glue wall there. Nice glue wall. Oh, but unfortunately, the glue wall goes down. That's that Skylar ability. Drip was able to use that Skylar ability to pop that glue wall, drop it, and then finish them both quickly with that shotgun. Nicely played.
Here's something interesting. Team 7 still has 3 people, but Team 1 has 4 people. Do you think Team 1 can end the kill streak of Team 7? Let's see what happens.
Well, you can see now, Bestia has double M82B snipers. That is a lot of firepower. So even with
Yes,
3
it
players,
is.
I think they're heading to the vending store, and they're going to head right into 11. They're going to meet the vending machine pretty quickly. And I don't
So
think
look at
either
the building.
team, you got Smiley over there. I don't think either team is ready for that. As you're going to see what happens, but Bestia it can really, with 1 or 2 shots, down a player, and it's gonna go quick.
So look where Bestia is heading here. He's about to tangle in with Team 11, but using a snipe. Oh, he used a time turner and he
Look at
brought him
that.
down. That was
So
impressive.
he sniped.
You know how
time
hard that
turner,
is to do?
Came out of the time turner, let the time turner take the shot and sniping that. Sniping that close is a hard skill to learn for sure.
It is
Look at
very
that. Oh,
difficult.
look at this graphic here. He's killed
All right, he's
6,
gonna see-
damaged 3,237 with 2 headshots. Nice.
So Bestia
nicely
is doing
done.
something really good here. Bestia is picking apart his opponents by standing at a distance and against the storm. As people try to exit the storm, he is gunning them down. Right now, we are looking at Uvita. Uvita heading towards Bestia. He's going to give his
We can see
homeboy
the
some
storm's
support.
hit pretty hard right now. They've got to get
Yes,
it.
it
They've
is.
got to
Yes, it
get it in
is.
the edge of storm. It's hitting for eight ticks a second. That's a lot of HP to lose. I think
Alright,
Smoke's
we
going to
got
get killed by the
Team
storm.
10.
Yeah, that team got wiped out by the storm.
See, Team 1 is just holding the area down with the solar panels.
Yeah, Uvita got killed by the storm. Like I think the storm just killed like 4 or 5 guys right there.
Yep. PFS is still alive and strong. They're holding it down.
But they're holding. They're on Sunside. They're uphill. They're utilizing that all these open spaces to just take the advantage. Watch where teams go. Not having to engage. They're using that fence to top up there by the solar farm. And
Real question is how they put that monster truck on top of that house. All right, look at all these glue walls here. It is Glue Wall City, ladies and gentlemen. And they are on the roof.
We've got Bestia in the house being quiet, letting Team 10 fight it out with Team 1. Is it going to work out for him? We'll have to see.
Let's see. I think it might work out. He's playing his skills very well right now. We got Team 1 and Team 7.
We've got PFS David takes out Azazel. Killing spree. Drip has got a killing spree going on right now. As PFS went from like 4 kills to 7 kills super quick. Right there. Oh, Bestia is down.
See if they take
Vita
the lead.
Sport is eliminated.
All right, new kill leader, La Bahia.
Triple kill.
Now
And
they're heading
Uvita has
uphill.
been
9
dethroned for the
kills.
kill lead.
We've got 4 teams left, nine players. We just have Ozark coming back in. It doesn't right now. I'd have to say that La Bahia is in the best position here with a full squad, as they have 3 teams now, 8 players. They just need it. They're going to keep that upper hill position there. Elevation is key. They're using it this match. It's helping them take out those other 3 teams and go from 4 kills to 9 kills. And right now they're going to continue dropping player after player. That was with the AC-80.
If they can
Now
drop
PFS
down
Flow is
Team 4,
pushing.
then all they have to do is focus on.
Here comes a
AK.
grenade. Nice grenades.
All right,
Ooh,
good
3 and
gameplay
4
right
of
here.
them. That's beautiful grenade gameplay.
Triple kill.
They're using the shotgun AC-80, long range, short range, quadra kill
man.
for David. David has continued to show he can be a top kill leader.
TK is by himself,
And there we
and
go.
ladies and gentlemen, we have
Booyah!
and your
Nice
winner,
David, of course, is kill leader
Team
again on top
La Bahia.
here. Now, I think that's 2 Booyahs for La Bahia, showing why they
Yes, it is.
are well known to
That-
be one of the top teams right now in the North American server. La Bahia
And that
with
is
the Booyah.
gonna solidify themselves at the top. But let's see. It depends on how many kills other team has. But that
I think I see
definitely
some
puts them
replays
at a
here,
pretty good
which will
advantage.
show us some of the gameplay. I would say we're 5 games in. We're seeing the same map over and over again, which is great. But we're seeing strategies come together. Elevation, elevation, elevation. The teams are taking the high ground, and the high ground is helping. Whether it's in a building on the higher spot or just taking the high ground there at the solar farm, and really just allowing everybody who's caught below the high ground to fight it out and just pepper shots down from above. High ground is helping team after team end up on top. So what you have to do, strategy-wise, Delsol, is if you're one of these teams, you got to get the high ground. You've got to get to that final circle there and get that high ground before it's too late, because trying to push up against those teams, especially this level high level gameplay, it's tough.
I gotta say, Obi-Wan Kenobi was right. When he has the high ground, you will always have the advantage. So let's go to the first replay and let's see what action is going on.
Looks like we got some action here of Lorabee coming in. I always love to see the pan. Ozark coming around here on the outside. This is where Drip kind of gets a kill streak here. Drip gets a couple kills here, and I think Drip goes around on the outside of that one and drops the glue wall with the Skylar. Right here it is. Watch him use the Skylar, boom, and then he gets the double finish there. Nicely done with that shotgun. That was a beautiful moment in the game. That's just showing you like how to use your character traits, because each person has a character trait, and Skylar's character trait is one that I know people love, but as a person who doesn't like to use glue walls, I hate. Tell me more about like these character traits, especially the Skylar character trait, Delsol.
So when it comes to using these character traits, you want to know what these skills are. You want to know how advantageous is it. Chrono has the time turner, which helps deflect bullets, which helps build a shield around you. You got Locke, who can cure yourself and make you a lot faster. If you know how to use these character skills, it'll be advantageous into your gameplay, and you'll know when to use it and when's the best time to use it in order to achieve a win.
Right, and we saw in those replays the definite advantage of having a Skylar ability to knock down glue walls from afar. We've seen some of the players using it from very long range earlier. We saw Milionario use it against K&D Shavar, take down his glue wall as he exposes him, run across the field, uses the VSS to take him out. We saw Drip use it there, take down the glue wall, take those two players out. That's using Skylar's ability well and saving it for the right time. Can be brutal in a squad game where you know there's going to be a lot of glue walls, especially later on in the round. These replays show that these high-level influencer-based teams know how to utilize the character traits. You got to learn the difference between Moko and Alok and Skylar and Chrono and what their abilities are and what they do for you, so that your team can be well-balanced, utilizing the best character abilities for your playstyle. You want to have a different character ability if you're a rush player versus a sniper versus a support character. You got to know what those are. And these teams, when we look at how they play and see these replays of how they play, they know. Because you got teams like Flo throwing grenades. Well, if you're going to be a grenade support player, you're going to need Beaston's ability to throw your grenades farther. We see players like Flo here throwing those grenades. Being able to throw them farther and more accurate is going to be important to get those eliminations. And so that's an ability you may want to use if you're a grenade player. Flo didn't have it on there, but you may want to use that if you're going to support your team and use grenades. And we see that some of these players utilize their character traits, especially as we watch the replay of their skills over and over again to show us success.
Now, what I love about Free Fire, this is what I especially love about Free Fire, is each character isn't just limited to just one character trait. Sometimes they can have multiple skills, and sometimes they can inherit the skills of another player as well. And that can be advantageous into you customizing your character in order to play the field.
Right. Let's take a look at the MVP here. I'm guessing it might be David or Bestia. Let's see who it was. No,
D4KZ.
D4KZ with 4. I'm surprised here. I thought those other players had a similar amount of kills. Looks like this probably goes down to a damage thing, or just maybe one more kill than the others. But
and you,
D4KZ
MVP,
with the kill count.
D4KZ.
D4KZ. Good job.
Good job.
Well, that's great. So we've seen some matches that are highly competitive have lower kill counts. Like that one seemed to be very competitive all the way through. Kill counts were down per player. We've had some others where the aggressive team has wiped teams early, and we've had some high kill counts. So I think that the more balanced it seems to be the gameplay, the less kills per capita that are out there. And so I think we see that in this match, as there were a lot of teams left. I think in that third circle, we still had 10 teams. So teams slow played that, or at least were able to bring each other back enough that there just weren't as many kill opportunities per individual person.
And that's something that I saw within this game. I saw a lot more revivals happening in this game. I saw a lot more lower kill counts, but at the same time, teams were lasting longer. I saw more more depth within each team as the circles start closing. So we're going to jump here to the table and let's see where everyone is standing.
I think it's no surprise right now La Bahia is on top. They've got 2 Booyahs. That's really solidified their position. Those Booyahs come with a lot of elimination kills. Those kills bring extra points. They're not just sneaking into the top. They're running through teams to get there, and that's showing why they're 26 points in the lead. That's impressive. Now, not every team has played equally the number of times, but I think La Bahia has not played as many as some of the others. So I think that they're showing some dominant gameplay as we're getting near to the end of day 1. We've got one more round coming up. We still have plenty of teams there from all the way down, I think, to team 11. We still have a lot of teams that are still within striking ground of getting to that top, but they better start winning soon or getting a lot of eliminations soon, because each and every round is going to start making it harder and harder for teams at the bottom to get up there to the top. And I think you're seeing like teams like La Bahia, JA Mobsters, Uvita Sport, Mighty Ducks, they're continuing, ANX, Cartel, they're continuing to show you that they're here to play. But some of these other teams like Lions, USA Players, Akoa Free, CJ Cajon, Nas, Mata down there in Fallas, they've got to start changing things in their strategy to get more eliminations, Del Sol.
And Dadventure, if you look at this, look at the big gap of score between La Bahia and the rest of the teams. They are way ahead. So all these teams, they'll have to change up, like you mentioned, some strategy in order to catch up. They might have to start getting more kills, especially teams in the lower sections here. So more kills and heading for that Booyah will probably try to get you close to La Bahia.
Yeah, I think we'll see here. Some of these teams lower, they've got to have these intermission conversations like, guys, what are we going to do? And it's this one simple solution. You got to get kills. You've got to go leave your spawn location, leave your drop location, and you've got to move into other teams ASAP, as fast as possible. You cannot wait for late game kills. You've got to get them early because these teams are so far back. You can't move up to a 78 from a 19 unless you're going to start getting 10 eliminations a game in all the rest of this round and all day 2. Like you can't stop, and so they've really got to turn on the gameplay.
Exactly. Also, I saw that the blue zone was at River Mouth, but I didn't see anyone drop in there. So we are here with Team 4, Team Ozark. They are going to begin looting, and let's see where they are at. They are currently at the dock. And what do we know about the dock?
Well, it's I think the dock's a great loot location just because there's so many surfaces and areas, and you find a lot of buildings, a lot of crates usually have loot on or in them, and so to me the dock's a great loot location. It's one there. It's hard to get jumped in the dock because there's not a lot of places you can get shot from outside, and so you can duck behind a crate, you can duck into a building, and so it's like Railroad. There's a lot of open buildings. That's why we've seen teams get jumped in Railroad. Those buildings are just big and open. Once you get inside these buildings, you can kind of use a lot of stuff to hide behind. So for me, landing at the dock allows you to get a lot of loot, and you can sneak your players out. Maybe you'll get jumped to the dock, but you could find a way to get one of your players out and get your team res back in. So if your team who you get jumped a lot early, where a team just pushes you hard, land at someplace like the dock where you can have one of your players maybe hang back and then sneak out, because there's so much cover that you can use to get a player out. And so that may be a strategy if you end up playing and getting wiped early on Alpine. Maybe start landing at the dock and thinking through how you can get a player out to revive.
Another great place to drop is where Team 7 dropped, which was Ocean View. And Ocean View is placed on the edge of the map, so that way you get a longer time to play, especially being at the edge of the map. Also, your top gear is available here. So right now we are looking over, and we see Team 9, Team 3, and Team 4 all within close proximity of each other. So let's see if they are going to go at war. Are they going to push in towards each other? Time will tell. Let's see what happens.
Team 9 is pushing hard. This is Tokyo End Esports. This is Zombie's team. We were talking about Zombie in My Brawl, one of our influencers. They are pushing. There is no delay. They were coming for it.
First blood.
And so we'll have to see. Yeah, of course, there's the first
that hard
there.
push. New kill leader, Lions.
Lions on the side of the map. Now Lions is team 3 here. Yeah, Mia Santita, Gucci.
Team 3, Team 9, Team 4, all within the same area, so expect all kinds of bullets to be flying there. We mentioned earlier that if they want to catch up with Uvita, they all have to work in getting more kills, and I believe their people are going to get a lot of kills in this interaction here at the base. And here at base camp, great for looting, but again, go to Mama's Menu Diner. Find some good food there. And right now, they are getting good food here.
Yeah, that hard push did not go well against Team 4 here, which is, Drip is on this team. We watched Drip. So they were spread out. They were not together, but Tokyo Inn kind of pushed directly in between the two sides of the team. They had some off to the right, some off to the left. Team 9 pushed straight in there. Tokyo Inn pushed straight in there. Unfortunately, I don't know that they knew the team was split, and that ended up catching them off guard and really got them pushed out of the game at that point. So that's a hard way to get eliminated that early. But I don't think they knew that two guys were in the building and 2 guys were back in the woods, and that ended up catching them off guard.
Well, Team 4 was doing really great there. They were really hungry. They can go eat at Mama's Diner if they want. Now we are on Team 12 and Team 3. And also we have someone on Team 2 as well located in the area near Stadium. Also, Stadium, guys, is a special place for you to use your shotguns, or you could play a basketball game instead of using guns. Also, that basketball gym is somewhere where you can find all the kinds of loot that you need. So make sure you visit Stadium to find all the greatest loot in the game. All
that
right,
was interesting that Mia Lepe Santita there did not pick up the VSS-X on the ground. That is what we have determined is probably the meta right now. It seems to be for everybody choosing to use that gun in the game, but she left that laying there. Something I might ask her about sometime is why did you not pick that gun up? Because it's been so effective so far in Alpine Discovery Tournament.
So we saw earlier Gucci swimming away from the action. Gucci is obviously about to go revive his team.
And see, we got
now
Giovanni
we have a standoff between 2 and 12.
And his VSS. Ooh, nice move there. Go behind the bed.
All right.
Cleaning up the action here.
And there we go.
Lorby with the M4A1.
And Gucci is bringing his old team back. This is smart. This is smart. This is smart. And even if Gucci dashed from the storm, he brings back the entire team just by doing that. So it's a great sacrifice that's worth the victory.
Let's see how this goes out here.
We see more action.
Oh, nice jump shot with that M1887. Los Calvitos. Right. Looks like they got to chase the last guy.
Team 2 is running away.
Kill there for Giovanni.
All right, 4 and 7 are going at it inside a house.
And Bestia pushing Ozark. Go. Ozark's got 1 man left. He's taking off. Fast as he can.
Taking off. Oh, never mind. That is a wipe for Team Ozark. Ozark is gone, but Uvita is still alive.
He tried. So Uvita's got 4 kills.
4 kills.
Nicely
Let's see if they can bring back Diablo. Diablo is one amazing player.
Yeah, their current kill leader's out, but I think they're going to bring him back. And so as we look at the replay of that 1887 here, Giovanni's quadra kill. He's gonna raid the guy's gear, and then they're just gonna chase down Mexicano, and I think they get the elimination on him eventually. I saw that in the kill feed.
What's really interesting is when they were going inside that building and they're just going all out.
Look at this shot. B98 thinks he's got it. This is when he thinks he's got it. Yeah. And he doesn't.
He was gone. That is the end of his team as well.
That's the worst feeling, Delsol. When you feel like I just saved my team. No, I didn't. No, it's
Yep. It's like game over. Fatality.
All right, the Lions are back. They're all back here. We got the full Lions squad back in the game. Gucci was able to bring him back. He's still trying to bring him back. Here as they kind of continue on in the game. They're way out of circle here, but they're going to get in zone.
Here we go, Lions. Lions.
Gucci's going to have trouble making it here. Gucci needs to take that med kit. There you go, Gucci. Get the med kit. Get in the car. You'll move faster. All right, we got new kills leader here. Squad 12 here. Risen, Giovanni. Of course, Giovanni had that quadra kill. They're on fire. They're pushing Team 3. which is this is the Lions team that just came back. This is going to be a hard one because I doubt that this team, the Team 3 Delsol, is going to have any armor or gear. They're probably at a severe disadvantage here against Team 12.
Well, let's see what San does. It's up to San. Is San going to run away and revive everyone else? Oh, wait.
This is Santita. This is Mia Lepe right here. We're watching one of our influencers out of the U.S. as Mia Lepe, and she looks like only got a glue wall, it's just she got hit. That was a nice AC-80 shot from Lav here. Yeah, just as she was trying to get in that window. Risen moving around. Giovanni's down.
Risen taking them down with that VSS.
Look at that. Team 10's trying to get to cover as fast as possible. But there's not a lot of cover in these buildings. Ooh, wow.
LS4 with the double kill right there.
Double kill.
Oh,
beautiful.
Triple kill.
Joan YouTuber's trying to get out of here. Trying to bring his team back. This is Psycho and his team. Psycho is one of our U.S. influencers. Oh, the Skylar. Ooh, he almost didn't survive
Alex TK is surviving behind that glue wall right there. If he drops behind the stone, that is a permanent glue wall right there.
Yes. Stone's a permanent glue wall. You can see that Uvita just became kill leader from somewhere else on the board. We just saw that, so they're on fire now.
Notice that, Adventure. We are seeing a ramp up in we are definitely seeing a ramp up in kills here. Because they know they have to catch up to Uvita.
In the kill feed, Bestia is using double snipers, double M82Bs, and just one after another, we're seeing Bestia getting kill after kill here. And you can saw just another one right there went down with the M82B. And so finally, we've seen a player decide to use what is probably going to be for a lot the meta. The issue with there's just not a lot of M82B snipers in the game. VSS is ground loot. There's just not a lot of. There's no ground loot for the Barrett. You gotta buy it or get it, and that just could mean I think that you're gonna see a lot more VSS play. But I almost hope they wish they put more of those M82Bs on ground loot to kind of balance out the sniper ability of this map, the sniper gameplay that is in this map.
And one thing that I'm also noticing is how many of these players are playing the Storm. They are legit saying, you know what, let's go in Storm. And that is great strategy because if you are in Storm and you're gunning down people, it kills the team off a lot faster. Hence, you get more kills.
I don't think they're choosing to go in the Storm as much as the loss of their people is forcing them to
that
go
as
in
well.
Storm. You can see, like, Uvita team has got 12 kills already. So you've got a team like that just running around and just forcing teams to have to choose to leave engagements. But when you have to have a person leave, now you're fighting with 2 or 3 versus 4. And right here you see Bestia just using double snipers. They're gonna chase after this guy.
Now we talked earlier about how ahead Uvita is, but look how many kills Uvita has right now. They have 12 kills. That's
Keanu Kage, and unfortunately Bestia and this other VSS player over here. Who gets the kill? Bestia gets it on him there. And so that is what happens is you get that M82B, you get 2 of them, you just start hitting the glue walls, you get Moko's ability or you get Shiro's ability, you can tell where the player is hiding behind the glue wall, you can shoot right through that glue wall and do more damage. And so if you've got those kind of abilities, that's your strategy. You can use that M82B in this map with precision. And I don't think Bestia has those abilities on, but if his teammates do, that's just giving him advantage over anybody who's hiding behind a glue wall, especially if he's got the Skylar active ability.
Really interesting situation. All teams are coming from one side. Dead Inside is all the way up at the top of a is that a billboard or an antenna? He's all the way up on top
this
of
an antenna. He's playing for position points right there.
Yes, he is. But I think all the teams located on one side here.
Yeah, I think he was listening to you for the first game.
Killing spree.
Uvita is definitely in the lead here, and it's going to be really hard for other teams to catch up. But I got to say, today's stream proved that today is Uvita hunting season.
Yeah, I think you're seeing Bestia using that M82B. I mean, if I was one of these teams that's playing tomorrow, I'd be watching the game. I would go watch this whole thing back again, and I'd be strategizing what worked. VSSX and watching this round of Bestia using the double snipers, double MA2Bs,
well, yes,
and having his teammate have the VSSX, brutal. So if you're going to watch, I'm thinking tomorrow, if these teams go and do their homework, you're going to see them all go and try to find the MA2B. They're going to go and get it out of the store. They're going to be able to buy it. They're going to look for it in crates, and they're going to have it because Bestia's got 9 kills, and they've been 9 really for the most part easy kills.
Bestia is probably going to put himself in a position for MVP here.
Yeah, you can see, like, I think the whole Uvita group here, La Bahia, they've all got VSS except for Bestia. He's got the MA2B, and they're just pounding them right now. You can see Uvita right down in the corner, wearing his sports gear as he is just delivering one thing after another. He personally hasn't got as many kills as Diablo and Bestia, but this team is working well together at taking team after team out of this competition.
He has built a well-oiled machine, and he is concentrated. If you saw from his video earlier, he has that concentrated face. He is not playing around, and they are playing with skill and strategy, and they are pushing other teams. Right now, they are the alpha of this whole game.
Yeah, Uvita's down. David got Uvita out. David's been one of our better players of the day. He was able to get actual Uvita down, and so David's healing up. But Bestia turns around and gets Abreu in response. So we've got these two juggernaut teams really going after each other. We've got PFS and we've got Uvita up here, and we're going to see, Bestia goes, it looks like Bestia gets another kill on the other side of the hill here as David is now to 6 kills. And so quickly going to be at 7. Bestia is alone, but Uvita, the team, has 20 kills so far, Delsol.
That is going to dramatically add to their score. Will they catch up to PFS? We shall see.
There's still 6 players left. There's 7 players left. Someone just got back. There's 4 teams. So we've got 4 teams. Bestia is alone. We've got 1 team with 2. So we've got really right now the PFS squad is sitting in the best position, but they're not together, which could be an advantage, could be a disadvantage. PS Flow does not see Dead Inside. Dead Inside sneaks up on PS Flow and gets a kill after hiding up in that tower, Del Sol. What do you have to say about that?
Dadventure, all I can say is anyone's game right now as the map closes in and there's nothing but open field. We are getting closer and closer to deciding who will win this game.
That's how you turn lemons into lemonade right there. So Dead Inside, Uvita Sport is out. Dead Inside takes second.
All right,
gets the Booyah! Nice job.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of Game 6, Team PFS, La Bahia.
La Bahia. Taking another one. This will be their third win, third Booyah on the day. Pretty dominant performance there. I think we're going to see, 22 kills, 23 kills there, and the Booyah. So we're looking at a lot of points. Already sitting 22 points ahead, 26 points ahead of the other team. So I don't know, Del Sol. It's not looking good for the rest of the teams unless they figure out how to get La Bahia out fast. Like, you got to get them out. You got to get them in 11th, 12th place at this point. Like, you can't let them hang around. They're hanging around, and they're doing a ton of damage.
What's got to happen for tomorrow is these teams need to dramatically, and I mean dramatically, catch up to get on La Bahia's level right now. Because not only that last game did they get so many kills, but they got a Booyah. And that's only going to keep adding to how much points that they have. So, game tomorrow, Day 2, let's see what happens.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. I think we're gonna see some replays maybe of today's final game here. Take a look at some of these moments that we saw as we see Lav here. I think we're gonna see Lav here do some work across here as Risen now approaches. Ooh, we've got that nice shot with the VSS-X. And we see Team 10. We saw this happen where Team 10 tried to get down, and then your guy here comes with a quick double. Look at that double with kill. The headshots. Like, that's crazy.
That was my favorite moment of this game.
I've never seen that happen before. That's amazing. One headshot to the next, like all headshots. That's crazy. He turned the corner and popped that double. That was an impressive display there. As we look at these replays, we can see some interesting ways. That was a Tommy gun. We don't often see too many of those Thompsons. And then we saw, of course, we saw this earlier, a little replay of this where they're chasing down the enemies here that were trying to flee. You can't get away from some of these teams, no matter how you hard. This is B98. He tries to run away here from him and go up the hill. We saw that go down. Right here is that moment. He's like, I'm out, Delsol. I'm taking off.
This is where he gets caught, right?
Back.
He gets caught right here.
And
man, there you go. He got caught right there. And that was like one of the highlights.
It's hard when these teams are that good. You just can't escape fast enough sometimes. And they're all good players in all these teams. I mean, some of these influencers got their best friends who are in this game who can play at a high level. And then, of course, dead inside, coming from the antenna, no weapons. Somehow he managed to live, get his life back, get a kill, steal some weapons, and get it down on Abreu. And it really puts his team in second place. That's impressive. So I think he listened to you first map say about hiding up on one of those windmills or antennas. And so that was a good job there by Dead Inside, which is going to save some points for his team. They're not going to get a lot, but they are going to get second place points, which is going to be 9 points in that kill. So 10 points when they could have had like none. So I'll take 10 points over 0 any day. What about you?
I would take 10 points over 0 any day as well. That's better than no points at all.
Now, as we go to the MVP, my MVP of that match, Dead Inside. Definitely Dead Inside. I'm going to take Dead Inside. You're not going to be on the screen right here, but I'm taking you. David with his 10 kills. Again, I'm surprised that David's here. So, because Bestia was so far ahead of him in kill totals, but they went down. Uvita's team and Bestia went down, and David comes out with another MVP. So, way impressive that we're seeing these teams and certain players, their names we're going to know. David is a player we're going to hear about over and over again as he has just been dominant. Now, multiple games with high kill games. We've seen Bestia do the same. We're seeing who are the elite teams in this field of play right now, Delsol. Who do you think are the elite teams?
Again, I go with Bahia right now. They're elite. And I go with Uvita. They are elite as well. Those are the two teams you got to watch out for. But my heart still says Mighty Ducks. Because, I root for the underdog. So in this case, they are the underdog. But you know what?
Let's take a look at the standings here. Yeah, we'll take a look at the standings and see who's on top. I think we know who it is. It's La Bahia by a lot. That's 22 points in the lead.
Wow.
Uvita, I think, tried to get some points back on him, but not quite. And then look at the rest of the board here. It's just, it's really, as we move into day 2, it is a two teams at the top. Those teams really would just have to fall apart tomorrow not to be on as one of the winning teams tomorrow. It's anybody's game. I think maybe some of those teams in the high 30s, maybe all the way from 3 to 7 have a chance, but they've got to play out of their minds tomorrow in the competition on day 2 to catch La Bahia and Uvita. But if La Bahia just even plays half as well as they've done right now, I think they're going to be hard to catch. What do you think?
I think it's going to be very hard to catch. They already have 3 Booyahs and they have a score of 103, and they have high kill counts. That's very hard to catch up. But the ones who do have a chance on catching up is definitely Uvita Sport. Uvita Sport has a pretty good team. They have a well-oiled machine as well, same as La Bahia, and it could go either way. Who knows? Maybe that first game, Uvita does really good, and they just surpass La Bahia like that. So let's see what happens. And that's not to say anything. The rest of these teams also have a chance. It depends on how hard you work, how good is your team, how well-oiled is your team, and the skills and the strategies that your team uses in order to advance.
Yeah, well, let's give them the last part of the code because you guys have been watching. We want you to have the code. We want you to get some free stuff from us here in Alpine Discovery Tournament. The last part of the code is JAYK. It's on the screen. You take those 4 characters, you put them with the other 8 we've already given you. You go to reward.ff.garena.com/EN. You go sign in on whatever you play under, your Google or your Facebook, and then you put the code in all caps, and then you get your free stuff. You get free stuff today in Delsol, you get free stuff tomorrow. And I love free stuff in Free Fire. It's one of the best things about it is getting free stuff to play this game that I love, especially when that free stuff has to do with this new map that is quickly becoming my favorite. And I'll be honest, my favorite map was Kalahari. Now, I know that's not a popular opinion amongst everybody watching, but it was Kalahari. And now I'm falling in love with Alpine. I don't know about you, but I'm falling in love. And it's been great streaming with you, Delsol. I can't wait to do this with you again tomorrow.
You too as well.
Everyone, thanks for watching Survivors. It's been awesome. Delsol, what are your final thoughts as we check out for today?
Guys, it's been a lot of fun, but you know what? It's not even over yet. We still have day 2 tomorrow. We have qualified teams that are advancing and going into day 2. Let's see how it happens. And let's see, is La Bahia going to be dethroned tomorrow? Let's see. Is Uvita going to surpass it, or is another team going to surpass it? I don't know. There's only one way to find out, and the only way to find out is to tune in tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central Time here on the Free Fire North American channel to watch day 2 of the Free Fire Alpine Discovery stream.
Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to follow us on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. We'd love to see you there. Play more with you. Maybe we'll get a game with you, and we can't wait to see you tomorrow on Alpine Discovery as we see more of these great influencers take on each other on the new map Alpine. See you next time.
All right. Y'all take care.